did that. Gah. Ocean soup. Two more minutes. Ring, ring, ring. The French cat. Oh. Ring. Alright, let me get my fat butt. Okay. Alright. Hello. Oh. Fuck me, the camera's way too low. Is that better? I think that's better. Hi. Hello. Hi everyone. Hi. Hi Wolf. Hi Rocky. Hi Scarlet. Flare and Heart, it's the best Cuddle Puddle? We'll see about that. The answer is yes. Wait, hold on. I want to make sure that I don't click on anything accidentally. Opa, the heat isn't giving you... No. The heat is awful. I was really close to calling it off because it was too warm. But I really want to take this opportunity to actually hang out with Heart for once. Hi, Rocky. What do you need to make it a soup? Wait, what? What do you need to make a soup dark dashy? Probably water. Hey, Rocky. Stairs. Elevator. I win. Hello, wide hips. Wow. Hi. Art is a sweetheart. It's true. It's true. She's the sweetest of us all. That's why I brought 17 packs of insulin, you know, just in case. Wide hips? Exactly. What are some salt vegetables? And I normally like some meat in mine. Oh god, the ocean is a soup. Oh, right. It's true. It's true. I mean, I guess if you like fish soup. Does that even exist? I mean, it has to exist, right? I don't remember ever drinking fish soup in my life. I guess the closest thing that I got was the lobster or something that I had. Because like there was a whole bunch of juices. The ocean is an ocean. Expensive clapping. Hi Shelby. Fish soup is a thing. I've never had fish soup before. Hi, Kiriko. Hi. You had lobster? You made me jealous now? I mean, it's not like the weirdest thing in the world. It's... it's just like different tasting crab, I guess. Like same kind of texture, I think. And I've also just not really had a lot of crab. I know it used to be more common, I don't know, like I never got anything crab related. You had lobster? Mad jealous. Hi Steely. I don't even remember where I got it from. I think I ate it through one of my exes. I'm not sure. I think they took me to a restaurant at some point. Don't remember where. Lobster soup. Have you had lobster soup? I mean, yeah, that's the closest thing I had to fish soup. Wait, why are we talking about fish soup? Kind of went off rail there. Wait, hold on. Water. I need water. Where's the water? What if... Okay, chat, where did you hide the water? I know it's around here somewhere. Chat. Give me answers. Grr. Okay, dude, it's literally gone. What the fuck? I thought I opened a new one. Okay, I guess I got a new one. Oh, there it is. Oh, I covered it. Whoops. And not easy to get here in the Netherlands, and when you get it, it is expensive as hell. I can get it ordered at the fish market, but my mom doesn't want me to cook in the house. Wait, your mom doesn't... Oh, your mom doesn't want to... What? She doesn't want you to cook lobster in her house. I see. What do you mean, yeah? Ocean soup comes with variety. I'm not allowed to cook and kill a lobster. But your mom, what? Why? Hi, Nox. Fun fact, I don't know much about crab, but lobster used to be seen as poor man's food due to how abundant it was in settlements by the sea. Then it got moved inland. Oh, I see. I think it's on the desk somewhere. What is? Just candles. The definition of my lobsters is to butterfly, and my sauce is to saucy with all that cake. Huh? Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, I don't have it often, obviously. I've only had it once. And I just remember it being okay, like it was fine. I don't really get the whole like delicacy thing personally myself, but you know, if people want to go for it, I'm not gonna stop them. You can still get lobster for cheap if you go to certain eastern towns and cities. I mean, I guess, you know, if they make it their living there, then yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I see. Haven't been around as job starts way before stream. Went to vet for kitty. I'm going to the job late. A nibble on the key. Why? Don't nibble on me. I'm not edible. Hi, lamp. Hi. What? Who's that? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Didn't get it. Oh, wait. I think Farah invited me to something recently. What was it again? Wait, let's see. Shit. Okay, hold on. Let me try to find it because otherwise I'm going to forget. Yeah, there we go.
There's a leak in the phone.
What? Leak? What? Oh, okay. Hi, Lamb. Did you know that lobster is nicknamed the cockroaches of the sea? What? Why? Hi, Demi. What do you mean not edible? I'm not food. Put on Lauda's movie to distract her before making lobster. Her? You mean dark? Anyone saying Flare isn't edible is spreading fake news. What the fuck? I am spreading that. I am the source of information. What the hell? That's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. Wait, what did they invite me to again? Oh, July the 1st. Oh, okay, that's not in a while. Fuck, okay, I hope Farah reminds me right before we, hit the quota there. Yeah. Otherwise I'm gonna forget again. Oh. This is a private thing, man. We are, like me and Heartwood are gonna do the, talk show in a little bit. Hey, Cool Raccoon. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Thing is, I can't hide it like I said it's big. Wait, wait, hold on. What can you not hide? I was muted. I think today is gonna be a great day. Yes, I am well, Koro-kun. Hi, Onari. And then Lobster. And then I know your horny mind can kick in sometimes with chill flare. I don't even remember what I said. Guess Daddy Flare. Okay. As far as I know, I'm not a father to anyone. Alright? The different conversations? Listen, like, yeah, everyone's talking about something else, you know? Oh my god. Heartwood! Wow!
Heartwood lick.
Hi, Heart. We'll have you, our local angel, join me soon. I found a cute spot over there. I will be. Wait, hold on. Look at this. Boom. That's gonna be our scene. Doesn't that look awesome? Also, hi. We're gonna see you over there in a second. How do you think? Also, Heartwood, thank you so much for the 61. Wait, hold on. What are you gonna do when you reach 66, Heart? What's gonna happen? What are you gonna do about that? Oh, hold on, hold on. What do you mean fake news? What do you? Huh? Is that the nickname of Flair's butt? Are you calling my ass fake news? Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's so much trust in you. Totally meant to say floppa. Autocorrect you, daddy. Alright, okay. You want to be corrected, huh? I want you to work for it. An angel, wow, yeah. Everyone's wholesome. Hello, Mistress Thiliel. Hi.
Like a toasted cheese. It's so hot over here. I have my
Yes.
fan on its highest setting.
Yes, it is really warm over here too. We are going to melt. Gaming 1 on the rocks. I'm more excited for 69. You mean the month total, or? Will the heart do when she reacts? No. Not reading that. No, thank you. Don't need you to spread those fake news. We being gaslit so hard right now. Woo! Ah! Ow. I'm baking like a toasted cheese. It's so hard over here. I have my fan on the highest setting. I have had this baby running at all caps for the last week or so, and it felt like it did nothing. I am in a microwave. My brain is being microwaved. If your butt is nicknamed fake news, then what? Wait, oh, sorry. Then what is used by spreading when spreading fake? Yeah, no, I get it. It was very funny the first time. Also, hi, Hinjo. Hi. What's up? How you doing? Bunny. There's a bunny right there. See that? You stare into the void, and the void stares back. Oh, okay. Right. Let me read chat first, and then I will accept. So, chat, keep in mind, I will try to be as good of a host as I can. You guys will be able to ask questions, but just commenting on what is being said is going to now take secondary priority over me responding to everyone, because I want to make sure that Heartwood feels welcomed. We're going to make sure that our conversation can go smoothly, which means I will be turning off the redeems. Because I don't want any interruptions between what we say, unless it is important, unless someone gifts bits, unless someone gifts a sub or a donation. Especially... Okay. Maybe I'll leave that one on because it would be funny, but it's up to Heartwood. Heartwood, are you here? Can you hear me? Maybe I should let them in first. Maybe that's a better idea. Okay. I think it's because it's new. It would be kind of funny, but we'll see what they want. Okay. So we are gonna go to the. Okay, right here. Hi, hello. I will be sitting over here, this side, and Heartwood can make herself comfortable over there. Is that a clicker redeem? Nuh-uh. Hi. Shut the fuck up, Knox. Alright, we are going to let Heartwood in. Okay, so let's get comfortable. Actually, let's stand up. It feels more polite. It feels more polite when we stand up to come and greet her. Angry noises. Behave, chat. Oh, wait, whoops. There she is! The angel of the golden hour. Hi, sweetheart. We are waiting for your avatar to load in at the moment. That's a genius redeem. We'll cover that in a second. First of all, welcome. Hi. I picked us a really cozy spot right here. I mean, you're not really able to give me your jacket or anything. You're not wearing one, so please take a seat. Wait, sorry. Take a seat right here. I'll be sitting over here, and then we'll have our scene set up. Okay. Let me sit down. Okay. I will also make sure that the music isn't too loud or too distracting, and that people can hear you properly. Okay, now that we have seated, I'm gonna adjust the camera first, so we can be in the scene very nicely. And then lastly, I think I'm a little dark, so I'm going to increase my brightness by a little bit. Something like this. No, you look perfect in the scene, actually. Maybe, wait, hold on, let me... I'm not sure. I'm still playing around with my shaders. Anyway, so... First of all, let me open my menu and get the different questions ready. And then we can start. Let's see. Okay, so welcome everyone to Heartwood and Flair's Cuddle Hour. We have with us today Heartwood. Would you mind introducing yourself to those who don't know?
Hi, my name is Hart. Yeah, I am Heartwood. I am a full-time Twitch streamer. I am a goofy goober and an emotional support angel. And I think that's pretty much it.
You've got great friends.
Aww.
Heartwood and we've known each other for how many years now? I think at least 4.
5 years.
I think so. Yeah, you were
Over 5 years.
I think you were around when I started, like right as I started. Maybe the same year. I think around June. That's when we met. I think she's the one that approached me to be a part of the Shooting Stars, I think, after I was doing the original karaoke worlds and stuff. Yeah, remember that. Okay, so Heartwood streams. Mods, if any of the moderators are here, feel free to give her a shout out. Make sure to follow her. She's one of the Shooting Stars. Hold on, the music is a little intense. My bad, sorry. So how did today go? Did you wake up like long ago? Did you just wake up? What's the deal? What's your schedule at?
Yeah. Saturdays are my days off, so I've just kind of been being a lazy creature. I played some video games and took a nice long shower and, did my hair and all that kind of stuff. So, just trying to get pretty and comfy.
Of course, yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, lots of self-care on the weekends.
Honestly,
self-care is important.
Exactly. Yeah, like especially during the weekend, I think is good because obviously I stream during the weekend because there's the most traction on Twitch when most of the people are home. Usually the weekends people are home.
This is true.
But of course that also means that like as someone in our position, that cuts into the amount of time that you can socialize with other people or really reach out with them. So
Precisely. You have to find that healthy balance.
that has been a very hard thing to deal with sometimes. Okay, what you've been up to lately? Have you had any new hobbies?
New hobbies. Not so much, really. I'm kind of just doing a lot of the same thing I usually do, focusing on, stream, and then just trying not to burn myself out.
It
Finding that
becomes
healthy work-life balance.
That is probably the most important thing to manage as someone in our position. Can I interject for a second? I still have a lot of my redeems open at the moment, and I feel like it will be better to maybe turn most of those off. However, I do have a new one, which is a dog clicker noise. Would you be opposed?
No,
Would you be opposed to me leaving that on? Because I think it would be funny.
No, it's totally fine. You leave whatever you want on. So, yeah, if you have a good redeem, you leave that on, honey. Make sure they're having fun.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you're okay with that. If I ever interrupt or that, for example, you'll know why. Okay. Hi, Chimp. Hi, sweetheart. We'll be taking questions for Heartwood or me or our connection. It doesn't matter. If you have any questions, feel free to tell them. I will occasionally try to read chat, but for the most part, it'll just be us talking. I think I already said that. My bad. Okay, sorry. What does a normal week for you look like?
Oh, goodness. Well, Monday through Friday, I stream, so I'm a weekday, middle of the day streamer, so I wake up and get ready for stream, essentially, do my job. Then after stream's over, I have a very early dinner, and that's usually all I eat for the day. And then I just try to get back into VR chat, which people think I'm crazy for. But I really like getting back into VR in the evenings so that this doesn't feel like work anymore. This feels like still a playground.
Right, yeah.
To socialize and have fun. I don't want VR chat to feel like it's strictly a job.
Yeah, just strapping in just
that's not what it was
yeah.
supposed to be.
I feel like a lot of us
work and
got
nice
into it
stuff.
for that social aspect in the first place. So the main reason I think
Precisely.
where our success also originates from is because it's a social aspect game. So there's a lot of that involvement with other people that we like pursuing. That's why we share it. And I think it's nice. I think some of the best moments happen, I think, on this game. But since it's our main social connection too, sometimes some of the worst things happen. And it's sort of something that we
Absolutely.
have to live with. Sorry, that kind of went out real. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine, honey.
Let's see. Hi, Nixo. Hello. Hi. Do you have any hobbies outside of the VR and computer spaces?
I used to do a lot of fencing, and I used to go travel and go to theme parks a lot. Not so much anymore these days due to finances and just time constraints. But I used to be an Olympic fencer.
Oh, really? Wait, hold on. I think I vaguely remember you saying something like that, like almost 5 years ago. I must have completely forgot. Well, to be fair, like art of your OC with like a fencing sword or something and like full plated armor would look really cool. Like descending from heaven to go fight demons or something. That'd be cool.
Ooh,
oh my
that's
god.
A great idea for commission art. You gave me a perfect idea for the next one.
That would be amazing. Imagine like a Halloween outfit or something for it. Would go really hard. Also, Narek, hi, hello. We were talking about crustaceans earlier. Narek has joined the chat, and the first thing they decide to do is blue lobster me. Hi.
Blue lobster.
Hey, would you be a sweetheart and please give Heartwood a shout out for me? I don't think that has happened yet. So, I want to make sure that people are able to follow this angel because I know she has my vote. Whatever hierarchy she wants to get up on the angel ladder or whatever, she has my vote.
Oh, you're so sweet, though.
I just realized my flying mode was still on, and it was like edging my camera a little bit. Whoops. Sorry, everyone.
Edging the camera?
We're not gonna edge the camera. No.
Cheese.
Focus, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Oh, boobies, hi. Of course, that's the first thing she says. I'm
Boobies.
sorry, I'm getting off topic. Hi everyone. So, what would you like to make more time for that you can't really ever make time for? Just like one of the... Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I want to go out of my way to learn how to do this, maybe a skill you want to learn, but I just can't seem to fit it in the schedule, or it never really pans out the way you want to. Do you have anything like that?
I know it sounds mundane and silly, but I really wish I had more time to clean my house and like do yard work and gardening and things like that. I really wish I could be outdoors more often than anything else.
Yeah. You know, my mom
I have a
does
very high
gardening
time
too.
sensitivity. Does she really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
What kind of gardening does she do?
Well, I mean, I don't know the different types of gardening. I just know that we used to have a so our house is very rectangular shaped, and the garden itself used to just be sort of a mud wasteland. There was full of rocks. It was like insulted and stuff. So my mom had to do a lot of actual groundwork, literally, to try to get anything to grow there again. And it's all started off with just grass until she then added a shed at the end and another roof at the sort of like the front next to the bathroom where we have our garden. Just so that way it started looking decent. And now she's made her own like little fairy tale, like Wonderland. It's really cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
She puts a lot of work in
I
it.
would
Yeah.
love to do something like that.
Thank you for the shout out, Narek.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So you said that you liked fencing, right? So that was the sport of your choice?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Like the two sports I was mainly into was shotgun sports, so shooting,
Shotgun
target
sports.
shooting,
Oh.
like clay pigeons,
Okay.
and fencing. So those are the two things I grew up doing. I used to be quite good at both of those.
Man, I lately I have been essentially doing nothing else but like trying to make like cool trick shots in different games, but also here in VR with the beer pong and stuff, and I've been having so much fun. It's been a long time since the first time that Pool got introduced to VR that I really like felt the want to do better and like play people and stuff like that. Oh, hi, Hincho.
Yeah.
It's fun, but in real life, I do badminton.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Have
My
you ever
mom
played it?
used to do badminton.
It's fun.
I have teased it a little bit, but I've never actually properly played. But my mother used to do that with her friends.
If
So
if
grew
I
up
ever
with the
meet up with
shuttlecock and
you
everything.
in America, if I ever meet up with you, I'm gonna take you badmintoning somewhere.
Yeah,
That would be
That
fun.
would be wonderful. That would be fun.
So I have a couple of different categories that we can choose from. I just remembered that I only have 3 different ones, and the rest are just like... No, they're different styles. You'll see in a second. So the first one is about nostalgia. What do you miss about the first times that you used to be in VR versus now? VR, sorry, versus now.
Oh my goodness. When I first got into VR proper, like, actually, they have to meet with do social people, was the height of COVID. It was 2020, and everybody was.
Just a
this.
second, I'm sorry. Your microphone seems to be hiccuping a little bit while you are talking. I was hoping that it would go away after the first sentence, but I'm not sure. Can you say something?
It's pretty high, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. She's disconnecting, unfortunately. Hi, Farah. Hi, sweetheart. We'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute.
It gets better.
Yeah, hopefully it gets better. I feel like the pool table gotten worse with the last few updates. Yeah, I think the last few times that I joined on Heartwood in her cafe, I think it was That's the correct term. But the pool table wasn't really great. Is the voice dying? Yeah, the voice was dying, or the connection was dying. Did I just in as you were saying edging? I always want to give you that beautiful woman the biggest hug. That one? Yeah, of course. She unfortunately is suffering from a poor connection at the moment. Wi-Fi problem? Mm-hmm. More than likely. I think they were talking about they were talking about the the first time that it was during COVID. So a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands. So a lot of people got to know each other through that way. Yeah, she just disconnected, unfortunately. Well, I will take over for now, like this. And that hopefully should be somewhat better. Hello. It looks like they did. Yeah, they did. Stop. Time to bully the flare with a click since the mistress died. Mistress? Heartwood isn't my mistress. Heartwood is my friend. Heartwood is my friend. What are you talking about? Let's see. We'll do this. Then smoothed. Okay, and then there we go. Heartwood would like to join back. I swear to God. Okay, did I... Wait, hold on. Social. Did I properly accept it? It kind of just disappeared. Send invite. There we go. Hi, Mr. Flair. Always a joy to see you. Hello. Hi. We are having a couple of technical issues at the moment. Hopefully they will be resolved soon. And we will wait until she gets back. No one's gonna do anything else, right? Right, chat? Oh, your mistress. Oh, I see. My thing I miss for VR chat in public lobbies actually filled with not filled with toxic people. Right? Yeah, no. To an extent, there were always the weirdos, but since I think honestly since the rise of TikTok, it's just been worse. Like, people have shorter and shorter attention spans for anything, and everyone's trying to be funny, and everyone's trying to be the guy, and it can be quite exhausting. Or everyone wants to be a lobster, I guess. It can be very exhausting, you know, for everyone involved. The rise of the quest lobbies have been pretty bad. Honestly, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. There definitely was a shift in what people... I just noticed that the fucking bell... Fizzbone is not there yet. I have to add that again. Sorry. Completely forgot. Yeah, since the quest people have invaded, it has significantly dropped in quality. What kind of people are here? You never got to experience the lobbies? Honestly, as long as you don't go to the most popular ones, you're perfectly still able to make those connections like you used to. I think... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure... Send to invite. I'm not entirely sure if she's able to join. You're stuck in the loading loop? Oh! Hi! Hello! Welcome! Okay.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, I'm really happy that you're back.
Me too. I am sorry about that.
That's okay, sweetheart. Don't worry.
Hopefully things are a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Do I
All
sound
right.
okay?
Yeah, you sound perfectly fine. Just 1 second, because this looks slightly cursed on my end. I'm a little smaller, because I think it would have been necessary in some worlds, but I think I'm going to reset my size to my normal. There we go. I think that's better. Right. So, first of all, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, I think you're right, Roan. That's a lot of the reason why. Initially I didn't mind Ferality at all having a price to entry, because the people that do invest something into the event, as small as like it originally was, I think it was like 10 something, maybe 5, depending on like when you get it or when like the biggest sale is or something. That's when you can get the people that are of higher quality versus the people that get in the game like really easily with the quest. We were talking about like how public lobbies are now a lot more hostile than they used to be, a lot more inaccessible to most people because they can't make the connections that they can anymore. And that shift sort of happened when the influx of people in the game happened with the quest. It is somewhat correlated, unfortunately. I also don't like TikTok, no.
Unfortunately.
So, sorry about your disconnection, but I'm really happy that you're back.
It's okay.
You were talking
Yeah,
about
I'm
something
glad to be
in
back.
regards
Sorry about
to COVID, I think. That's all we could really discern.
Yeah. So you had asked me about what I missed from VR chat, and I was starting off saying that I missed the level of intimacy people had in, and I'm not talking about ERP or anything, just simply people coming together and hanging out for hours on end, days on end. Everybody was always online. It was easy to find your friend groups. You'd be in big lobbies with your friends and they were always there. If you logged in, you knew at least half your friends list was going to be online. I kind of miss that because we were all on lockdown and
We were, yeah.
a lot of us didn't have a lot to do, so we were all just kind of piling into VR chat to explore and be a part of something bigger than, you know, what was going on in the outside world. And I love that. I loved just the endless hours of just spending time with people and making these deep, meaningful connections with my friend groups and finding new friend groups. That's what I kind of miss. Everybody's back to work and school and life goes on, and you know, you see your friend groups and your friends list kind of dwindle down, and people who are available are online, and a lot of people aren't around as much anymore. Even people who used to be addicted to VR aren't on as much as they used to be. So I kind of miss those days.
I do miss those days as well. Obviously, with what we do, we meet a lot of new people. We meet a lot of new people through our streams, through the events that we host, through events that we attend. Maybe it's through other people too. It feels a lot more like narrowed down into specific sectors of people, like specific groups of people.
Yeah.
Like everyone always has to be attending events specifically, instead of just being on VR for the sake of being on VR, which is also a lot of the or well, not for the sake of being on VR, but more so for the sake of to be with the people. It doesn't matter what you do, and I think that's important. I think that's also what I miss about the days before I streamed. A lot of people were just with each other because they liked it, not because of numbers or because of a title or whatever. Felt a lot more genuine.
Absolutely. It was nice to spend time with people before they only got on for a specific reason. You know,
Yeah.
I'm only going to this music event. I'm only going for virality. I'm only going to do a meetup that I was planning on being at. It's like, well, where are you the rest of the week? I don't get to see you anymore. You know, it kind of hurts.
And I do end up looking into like Discord and the activities of friends that they are doing, just to make sure that like if I could be with people that I care, that I take that opportunity. But you don't always see them because some people hide in splinter discords from main discords, or some people have like those little groups that they really want to push. So everyone seems to want to be like event hosts for something, like be the centerpiece for once. Which is like, I understand that want to be important, but I feel like people worry about it too much. I've had the most fun amount of nights when I joined on you, when I joined on my other friends, not because I was doing something myself or I was trying to network, not at all. I was just there to have fun. And I think that's also pretty clear whenever you see me, that that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Is make people smile.
Yeah, you're just trying to have a good, make people smile, have a good time, be a positive force, you know, in the instance, and that's a wonderful feeling, and that's why it's so nice to be around you.
No. That's why it's always nice to be around you as well. You're a very, very welcoming and approaching person. like or approachable
thank you.
person. That's what I meant. Very soft, very cuddly, always calm, always composed. Like even when you say that you're not, you still seem very aware of yourself and composed, and I value that in you. It's something that I like
try.
look up to. Hello, Jackie. Hi.
Thank you.
So, I think we've also covered kind of what we dislike in sort of, I guess, as an example to what is different now. So we don't necessarily have to cover that. So, next question. How do you take in your news? Is it just via friends? Is it via news websites? Is it via a different magical source? A magical 8-ball, maybe?
If only there was a magic 8-ball. The news I get usually is a combination of people telling me things while I'm streaming if it's happening live, or Twitter. I find a lot of my news comes from Twitter, and then what I'll do is I'll fact check it by popping over to various news sites, see if it's being covered or whatnot. But that's typically how I find out. I don't really read the newspaper, and I try not to doom scroll because it's just so depressing these days. All this just doom and gloom left and right, and I'm like, I don't need this in my life. I need more positivity and comfort. Not to say I want to bury my head in the sand, and I feel it's important to be aware of our world and our governments and our local, policies, and
geopolitical struggles, etc.
Yeah, it's important to still know about them, but to hyperfixate on it and to let it crush you down isn't healthy for us. We still have to live lives, and we still have to find comfort and joy and peace in what we do on the day-to-day. So I try to temper it by not actively seeking it out, but if something pops up on my Twitter feed or Blue Sky feed, or if somebody mentions it in stream, then I'll be like, oh, that's interesting, I'll go look into it.
Exactly. That's exactly how I take my news as well. First of all, thank you, Bort. God damn it. Stop with the dog clicker. Bort, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Second of all, Farah said, I am the magic 8-ball, so apparently you get your news through Farah.
Oh, yeah? Farah and I like to talk about news a lot.
Yeah. I think it's important to still be very aware of what's happening.
Absolutely.
But I also think, sort of the same way how I feel about, funny clips that are made on TikTok, for example, right? I don't use TikTok, but eventually, if something is important enough for me to see, it will land up on different websites that I use. Regardless of whether or not I want to see it, eventually it will reach me. Sort of like the Daily Dose of Internet, for example, is a good source of that, where it's someone else doing the work for me, so why should I use the entire app if I only want the good stuff? That just makes sense to me. And as for news itself, it's also just people that I know or talk to, maybe they have seen something. Everyone tries to be as aware, as possible about what's happening, but sometimes things completely go over my head or it doesn't show up at all. Like, I think there have been big earthquakes somewhere. I don't even remember what country it was, but I saw something about it pretty recently.
It was all along the Pacific Rim, so from California to Japan to
oh my goodness,
China. It was all over. Yeah, it was just a big old earthquake ring, essentially. It was
wow.
wild.
Yeah, no, I didn't at all hear about it. Or I guess I didn't at all feel it either. Belgium is a very quiet country when it comes to natural disasters, which obviously is a good thing. That's a very...
It's a good thing. Very good thing.
The only one that I remember is there was a flood at the... I was going to say at the gates of Germany, at the border of Germany. I think about 2-3 years ago, I don't remember, where a lot of people were displaced for a little while. But where I live, barely anything.
Interesting.
Let's see. Do you mind if I continue, or do you want to still add something?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
We have already covered that. Are there any type of games that you are looking forward to?
There are some games I'm looking forward to actually. There's one that Par and I were just talking about a moment ago. It's like
Oh,
a. Did you ever play a game called Papers, Please?
no, I did see the
It
gameplay
was really
for it though.
popular for. Yeah, so it's essentially like border control, where you like look at the passports and make sure everything's kosher, and then stamp people through or deny access to the country. There's a new game coming out where it's basically the same concept, but you're a space alien. You're checking in space aliens in floating cars. It's very comical
Oh,
and cute
that sounds
looking.
interesting.
It's super cute, and you basically have a little shotgun. You just shoot the cars off into space. It's really adorable looking, very unhinged looking as well. I forget what it's called, Xeno something. Para would know what it's called. So there's that. I like little indie games, so I'm looking forward to a lot of indie games right now.
Yeah. One of the most
Um,
recent ones that we play was the Chameleon game. That one, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's a little difficult to get into, but it's fun. I like it.
yeah, I've got a community night coming up with that one on Wednesday. We're gonna be
Wasn't that
doing
the
a
1st of
whole
July?
bunch of. Yep, first of
Yeah,
July. So
I
it's coming
remember.
up
Didn't
on Wednesday.
Farah did invite me, right? I think so.
Yeah, Para invited you.
Oh, sorry. Do you pronounce it as
You,
Para? I've always said Farah.
Para.
I don't know why it pronounced the P as an F, but I thought it was PH for a second. My bad. Desk angels confirmed? Question mark? Asks Hinjo. Are you gonna have like a tiny desk?
Angels?
Yeah, like a tiny desk angel for on their desk, like just like a little like blep emote for like in real life, like a little angel that they can squeeze.
That would be cute.
Yeah, that'd be a really
That
funny.
would be cute.
I've been wanting a Florp plushie for a long time now, but most of the companies that work with, like making plushies require like you to like the starting bracket for what's considered like starting for them is like in between 0 and 100,000 followers on Twitch. So you need 100,000 followers to even be considered by them. So obviously I can't do that. Sarah would be a good alternative option, but they would still have to work with factories. So it's kind of like the same thing where if it's too expensive per person, even if it exists, it wouldn't really matter because no one would get it. And currently the dockies that I have are made to order. So if someone orders them, they go through just automatically instead of having big badges. And I think that's also going to be an issue with the plushies specifically, even if they would work, and then someone would have to design it anyway, and I have no idea how to work with any of that. So I would have to figure that out too. But that's about the only thing that I have. Do you want to talk about any of the merch that you have?
I was going to say that I actually have a Florb-like plushie right now.
You do? Oh.
Which is a little, it's like it's a little squishy plushie. It's like plump and round-ish, and has little feetsies and a little tail and little ears.
That's really
It's
fucking cute. So
And
you
then-
do have a desk,
they're super
Heartwood.
small. I do have desk Heartwoods, yeah.
Let's go.
So they're available on my merch site.
That's wonderful.
But yeah, they're kind of like Florbs. But I call them mochis. They're like, it's a little mochi angel.
I suppose
And
you do have
it
like.
comes with a little keychain ring.
Oh, really? Okay, that's really cute. I suppose you're like quite lucky that like the texture work wouldn't be insane for it, other than the gold.
Yeah, it's
So,
very.
yeah,
It was
Sorry, go on.
not too bad. No, you're fine.
Jackie says that they should buy one. Yes, you should. I'm gonna have SCP-420 merch soon.
Absolutely.
Really? Okay. Yeah, Jackie is also doing their own grouping every. What is it? Every Wednesday and Sunday, I think. Yeah, it's nice. It's been very welcoming. We typically just end up watching movies together. It's fun.
Yeah, that sounds comfy.
Shirts and hats, hell yeah. I'm not entirely sure what I would get next in terms of like merchandise. I am not too sure. Like I've been thinking about the funny button mouse pad, but feels a little vulgar, So I'm not sure.
Just big tushy mouse pad.
Do you mind if I move on? Next question.
No, go ahead.
Is there anything you would like? Oh, well, hold on. Is there anything you would like to get? Any games or furnitures? Or like trinkets or like... Yeah, do you have throne?
I do have a throne, yes.
Well, what's on it?
And oh my goodness, all kinds of stuff. Computer parts. I have kitchen appliances I want. There's a lot of panties on there. Bras and stuff,
okay, okay.
You know,
A new chair.
I did get a chair purchased on my throne, so I have a really, really nice gaming chair now.
Ooh, okay.
And you know, I have a lot of things I need and want. There's always more though. You can always find something.
Right, yeah.
That would be cool to have. But like as far as like what I need and what I have, you know, I feel pretty comfortable with where I'm at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a couple things I wouldn't mind getting, like a Steam frame or my Flex Pose, or.
Well, you could always think of like something.
For my laptop.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something to think about.
I did end up making a throne as well, but it essentially just acted like a second bank account because none of the things that people wanted me to get on there, because they could also suggest, were with the website that was required for them to deliver it to me. So it would have to be like the amazon.com.be version of Amazon, because otherwise they wouldn't deliver to me because of the shipping costs. So a lot of the time when I didn't end up getting something, it just didn't automatically deliver, even if everything else was correct on the website. So it felt a little bit pointless to keep it there. That's why I got rid of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Panty stacks are too sexy for... Sorry, my bad. I was reading something. Go on.
Oh, no. You go ahead. Go ahead and read it.
Hindra says, panty stack things are too saucy for Twitch. Those are actually on her phone. I'll go check it out next time so I can get an idea of what you would like.
I try to keep it PG-13, but you know.
I think it's important to like address your adult side sometimes, you know, because we're still human. We can still have, you know.
Ever since I started, you know, even as the little wholesome angel hopkin, I always said to people like, look, I'm an adult and I like adult things, and I'm an angel. I'm not a saint. You know, I have an adult side to me that people need to realize and, you know, acknowledge, because at the end of the day, I'm a human being, and I'm not like some, you know, devout priestess or something. You know,
right.
Like a deacon or a bishop or anything. I'm not here to, you know, be this perfect example of wholesomeness. That was never my intention. My intention was just to be an emotional support angel, you know, somebody
to show that someone that cares,
have a good time. Yeah, I'm somebody who cares. I'm not somebody who's there to lead by some sort of like pious example. That's never been me.
As much as we can try, like it doesn't really matter how hard we try.
Cheese.
Because all it takes is one person to really strongly dislike us, and that's it. You cannot possibly be in contact with every single person that you've met at all times, all day, every single day. That doesn't work. You have to pay attention to the people that pay attention to you. You have to love the people that love you, because otherwise you would be doing them wrong. Like, I feel like if someone earned your respect, then you should at least give them the courtesy to give them your interest back. And I don't know, it definitely does sometimes feel like that work becomes unsurmountable, trying to keep up with every single person that we have met. It's a very, very difficult job. So I think for the both of us, typically it's better to just show that we are available, show that we care, show that we're there for them, but they should approach us. Because if we are expected to do that with every single person we've met, we just wouldn't do anything else. which
Mhm.
it does suck sometimes, obviously, and it is easier for us to emphasize, I think, with each other or sympathize with each other than it is for people that don't do this on a daily, especially this social aspect of streaming. But it's definitely something that people can consider when they are approaching us. A lot of people don't know.
Mhm.
So, now, this is a pretty interesting question. What are you most proud of?
Oh. Ooh. Pride. One of those interesting things. You know, that's a good question and a tough one because, you know, at the end of the day, I don't feel like I do a whole lot to be proud of. You know, I just get on and I stream, I spend time with my community, I talk to them, but I always feel like I'm not doing enough. There's always this overwhelming sensation that I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough community nights. I'm not doing enough game nights. I'm not reaching out to enough people. I'm not making myself available to people. I'm not doing this, this, and this. So, you know, there's this constant doubt in my mind that I'm not worthy of being proud of myself. But then, you know, just last week, the weekend before last, I celebrated my 5th year on Twitch. And we just surpassed 22,000 followers. And I'm still
Hell yeah.
actively streaming, and I have a good community that's still here and supporting me. And I'm still, you know, making ends meet at the end of the day. And it's like, you know, there's something to be said that's not something everyone can do. So, despite the fact that it's not me who does it, it's my community who supports me and they take care of me and they're still the reason why I'm here. I'm proud of them, you know, if that makes sense. I'm proud of them, so because they're the community that keeps me, you know,
It keeps you
sane
going,
and keeps
yeah.
me afloat and keeps me, you know, just still being who I am today. And they've allowed me to grow and change as a person. And that's always really scary because change is always so scary, and there's a lot of change in the world, and you know, it feels like if you make one wrong step, everyone will abandon you, and it's just very, very terrifying.
A
But,
lot of people can
you know,
often
if I'm
be
proud of
lost in negativity, I find, and it
Precisely.
can sour our like view of the world. So I think as your friend, I can say that I am proud of you for getting through all of the stuff that you have, because we know what we have gone through for each other. We have known each other for a while, and we know that it hasn't been easy, like dealing with the prejudice of the people that don't know us well, or that don't care to know us well. And, or also, like, you know, the furry aspect obviously is another layer on top of that, or sometimes even the, like the fact that, like, you know, you have a husband or you're trans, it can also come into contact a lot. Like, there's a lot of different layers to a lot of different people, and often people only see the outside of that layer. And I'm really happy that, like, you have let me in closer, because you're also closer to my heart.
I love you, Flair.
I love you too.
You're so sweet.
Ever since I've known Heart, I have not regretted it once. Yeah.
Likewise.
As for me, it would be similar. Like, I would also just be very proud of the community that has helped me get this far, or the people that also just sometimes I get indirect credit for people saying like, oh, thanks to you, I've met the love of my life in the Discord community, right? But you have to remember that's all you guys doing. We are merely the social glue that keeps some of you guys connected. That's how I sometimes like to see myself. If I'm in an instance and I see someone alone in a corner, I like to check up on them sometimes, see how they are doing, make sure that everyone is having a good time, make sure that people stay connected, you know? Because sometimes people forget that they're still human behind the screen.
Yeah,
it's important to remember
you don't
that.
know what people are going through at any given point. So
Yeah,
it's so important to check in on people, you know?
exactly.
It's such a small thing, but it's so powerful.
Oh yeah. Would you mind if we continue to the next question? Or would you want to say something more?
Yeah, could I? I'm actually gonna take a 2-minute break. I'm gonna run
course.
to the restroom. I
Don't
will
worry.
Be right back.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will be right back.
Oh, sorry about that. Hello. Hi. I will be answering some of your questions now. Hello. Hello, Sam. What is happening? Me and Heartwood are having a talk show. Remember now the avatar is good? Oh, the heat wave. Yes, the heat wave is awful. Kind of feeling Fox Avatar now. Hi, Flare. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry if I didn't miss anything. We're trying to keep the focus on the conversation for now. She's using the ladies' room for now, so we will wait until she gets back. Your greatest weakness is heat. Yeah, I am naturally very warm, and that can cut into my enjoyment of life. Answering our questions. Who's a good boy, Flare? Is it me? I did have a question for Heartwood. I posted above. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see the question. Would you mind replacing it in the chat? But I think because of emergence, the little things are very important. I agree. Yeah. Raven, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Everyone else who followed, thank you too. I didn't mean to ignore it, but we were trying to have the conversation to keep going. You have a chronic illness. The heat makes it worse, causing me to be out and about for 3 days. Oh my goodness, Sam. I have a question, if I may, for Heartwood. Is the angel thing merely an aesthetic, or is she a religious person? We can ask her that in a second. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she'll be happy to answer you. How am I doing, by the way, guys? Do you think I'm being a good host? I'm trying to be as good. Oh my God! Hi.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
It's okay. I wasn't mentally prepared for it. You're doing great. Double thumbs up. Thank you. They're still talking like
I just washed my hair, so my hair is flying all over the place and getting in my headset. So I had to go tie my hair back.
Oh right, yeah. I do that too.
I was like, I'm getting tickled and just like it was making it hard not to laugh while we were talking. And I'm like, oh well, let me go tie my hair up real quick.
So, first of all, welcome back. I hope your hair is
thank you.
Is in a better position now. Secondly, the wolf had a question for you. They ask you,
okay.
I have a question, if I may, for Heartwood. Is the angel thing merely an aesthetic thing, or are you a religious person?
It is aesthetic only. I have my own sense of spirituality and religion, but it is not fundamentally what you would associate with an angel. So it's not like a Christian or Orthodox Christian or Catholic or Protestant or anything of that nature. So this is strictly an aesthetic. I have been called an angel for so long in my life that I just adopted the persona of an angel.
Well, then maybe you should realize that people think that of you. You're just a representation of how people perceive you. So when you look in the mirror and you see an angel, you can smile knowing that you make people happy.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I also do believe in sort of my own sense of belief. It's not bracketed in between anything else. It can't just be explained just by throwing a terminology at it. I definitely think that it's important to keep thinking for yourself, despite the fact that there's so many people that want to tell you how to think all the time, or tell you exactly how to act or feel about things. I think it's important to sometimes read sort of the book of your own life and be the decider of what you believe in and what happens to you, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, hi, Bort. Thank you again for earlier. That was very, very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. What does Pastafarian mean? You know?
That is a joke amongst atheists and agnostic people that there is a giant spaghetti monster in the sky.
Oh.
And that's the metaphor for people praying to God. That you're not actually praying to God. You're praying to. There might as well, like, you can't prove or disprove there is a flying spaghetti monster, so they jokingly call it Pastafarians.
I see. Well, I mean, I find getting lost in your own head about something you can't prove or control or do anything about is a bit pointless. I think it's more important to focus on the things that are tangible, the things that we can see, and the things that we know has effect on other people. Just because you're behind a screen doesn't mean that what you say or do can't affect other people.
Precisely.
Question for Lady Taylil. What is that? Is that the OC name?
That's me.
How do you pronounce that? Failial?
Failial.
Ooh.
Failial.
Is that the new name that you chose,
name.
or the? Oh, okay, the archangel name. I see. Okay, Failial. That's a beautiful name. I didn't know that. Okay.
Thank you. Yes. So I am Archangel Failial, known also as Heartwood. People call me Failial or Heartwood.
Nox asks you've been called an angel for so long, you adopted it. So what about being called cute? Because we all know the truth, they say.
There's some things people can call you, all kinds of nasty names in this world, and you just have to let it roll off you like water off a duck's back. You can call me cute all you want. I know the truth. I'm not cute. Regal and majestic, glorious and exalted even, but not cute.
Stage 1 of the Nile.
Adorable.
Heartwood, she goes by Filial Valail Suri. How do you pronounce that?
It is Filial Valail Suri. That is the actual angel name.
Filial Valail Suri. Okay. I see. This is interesting. I've never heard about this before. Right. Okay. Let's see. Now that we have that very heavy loaded question of what you're so most proud of, we can move on. What is something you know a lot of, but is generally considered very niche to people? So do you have like niche knowledge about something that you haven't shared?
I feel like I'm one of those people where I am, in many regards, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. I don't feel like I've mastered anything particular in my life. I have intimate knowledge of Buddhist and Hindu philosophy, and I know a lot about meditation and mindfulness, and those are things I bring to my own life, and then I try to bring to my streams and my community without getting too metaphysical, philosophical, religious, any of those natures, because it's boring. It's boring, and I don't know enough to feel like a confident authority in anything. So I feel like I'm just, pretty much average in a lot of things. I just have a good head on my shoulders, and I feel like my common sense outweighs my lack of knowledge in any one given particular thing, I suppose.
I think it's also just the curiosity for different aspects of life, right? Where
precisely
you try out a lot of different things, but like recently for me as well, I tried a different type of a competitive scene, and I noticed what the ceiling was. I noticed how big the climb was, and I was challenged to sort of participate. But I think you can never know really what stakes if you've never given it a chance. So trying out different things is a good way to sort of see what would vibe the best with you. As for me, anytime that I do end up trying, I end up trying my absolute best. It doesn't really matter what it is. Obviously, we all have our ups and downs, and for me, being bipolar, it hasn't been very easy. My ups are very high, my downs are very low. You don't always want to drag other people into that, So not all of that gets put forward. Not all of that is public knowledge. And yeah, For me,
Yeah.
same thing. I'm a jack of all trades. Some things I do better than others. I did end up studying art, so I do know a little bit more about that than most people would, just by nature of me studying it. And you do end up seeing that same knowledge come to like fruition in some places, which is nice. Like my artistic skills have translated into like scene setup, for example, or choice of worlds, or sculpting, aesthetics, etc. Quite often. So it's good to keep experimenting, because the more you know about everything, the more you'll be able to relate to everything, and the more you'll get an understanding of what life is all about. Except that dog clicker, you fuckers! God, stop it!
Click, click. It's kind of like when you make up your mind about something before you've ever tried it, experienced
Right,
it,
yeah,
or
yeah.
looked into it. So trying new things, you don't know if you just have been sitting on a passion that you never knew you had. Whether it's trying something like fencing for a sport, or tasting wine for the first time at a wine tasting, or putting pencil to paper for the first time and drawing a stick figure and being like, this is fun. Maybe I enjoy drawing and I never thought I would. Or like me playing with Blender, which I should eventually learn, but I'm still
honestly,
waiting from it.
I think you're looking at Blender the way that you're looking at a hill for. But Blender is basically just a flat plane. You just need someone to tell you sort of and guide you a little bit, and then you can get on your merry way. It's not that. But
Exactly.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll make no promises. We've tried to do that in the past. We'll just if/when it happens, I'll be more than happy to just softly and patiently guide you through it as much as I can, because I think you would earn that. After everything that we've been through, I would love to see you bloom and like suddenly be able to use Blender out of nowhere, and it'll be so fucking cool for you. But we'll get there. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Bye, Sam. Let's see. Do you have any tradition or family traditions that you would like to share? Something that you know is a tradition. Something that maybe you came up with.
Unfortunately, not particularly. I grew up with a relatively traditional Christian household, and our traditions were pretty much set in stone of what you would expect. We had Christmas, we have Thanksgiving, 4th of July, hamburgers, hot dogs, that kind of stuff. Honestly, no, I don't have any particular tradition when it comes to like holidays or anything specifically. I have in the past kind of had fun swapping holidays. So for St. Patrick's Day, I used to go to Tex-Mex or Mexican restaurants and celebrate Cinco de Mayo on St. Patrick's Day, and then then Cinco de Mayo we'd celebrate by going to Irish pubs.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
So we'd switch them around, and it'd be great because there'd be no crowds. There's no crowds at an Irish pub on Cinco de Mayo, and there's no crowds at a Tex-Mex or a Mexican restaurant. When
I guess you're right.
St. Patrick's Day. So.
Yeah.
So it's just a fun little thing we used to do a long time ago. I don't really do that as much anymore, since St. Patrick's Day is kind of an important day for my streaming career now. So that was the day I found out I got partner. So
lucky. I see. Like 4-leaf clovers everywhere. That's what I'm thinking of. That's wonderful. That is perfect timing. For me, actually, kind of funnily, you have St. Patrick's Day. Mine is Valentine's Day.
Isn't that funny?
Oh my goodness. It is very funny. Yeah, for me, that's when I bloomed. That's the first time that I've ever had as much love thrown at me in one night as ever before. Like by a proportion of like 100 times more. So having that happen to you when you least expect it sort of made my heart bloom, made me have hope. It sort of felt like a sign to me that this is something that I can do, and I've been sticking by it ever since. Obviously it hasn't been easy, but I don't think life ever is.
Mm-mm.
That's why we have each other, and
Certainly
it's
not
important
easy.
to keep in touch with each other, you know?
Precisely.
Hmm.
And that's why we're doing what we're doing to this day.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't. Well, actually, my family's quite large, but the centerpiece of the family was my great grandmother. They died 3 years ago. But back then, we still came together. We still had our family Christmas and Saint Nicholas, which is Saint Nicholas, which we celebrate in Belgium here too. A bit of a complicated, and often misunderstood holiday. It happens quite a lot in different countries, you know, like if you have a holiday in a country and then another country looks at it and they don't understand, it can be a little difficult to try to explain that to them, because I've tried. It just doesn't really work here. So those were some of the traditions we went to. And then one of the other main ones was every single year, you want to at least visit one family member like once. That was something that my mom tried to teach me, so that way you kept in touch with them. And obviously I'm not opposed to that, but it's often very saddening to me when that's the only time that you see them. That's the only time when people show that they care. So it's a tradition that I've only ever extended to the people that have shown me interest back. Often not like the more extended family. And since the centerpiece of our family sort of literally died off, unfortunately, rest her soul, it's been harder to keep in touch with the people that we now have less reason to. In quite a lot of the instances when I was trying to explain anything that I did on the table where we were sitting and the family members, no one would get it. No one would understand. So it feels a little bit lonely when you're sort of in that sphere yourself, you know? Which is, I think, also why a lot of people try to go back out there since COVID has ended, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. What did I write down here? Hold on. Do you have any unpopular opinions that you would like to share?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I'm a very opinionated person, and it doesn't always mesh well with what people would anticipate or expect from a streamer and whatnot. Most of my unpopular opinions revolve around streaming itself and the nature of streaming. I have a love-hate relationship with subathons, for example. I think they're incredibly toxic. They promote mental unwellness in a lot of cases. Now, they can be completely fine. The subject of the subathon as a form of celebration and a special event is in and of itself completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you take what people have done to it, turning it into a meta form of revenue generation and growth and or just something everybody does, and you start seeing these insane subathons that last weeks, months, years, putting people in the hospital, having them neglect their family and friends because they're streaming all the time, doing unhealthy behaviors, streaming 24/7. You know, these kind of things create unhealthy expectations for the community and for other streamers and other people who are potentially joining the streaming crowd and want to stream themselves. They feel the need, like, oh, I gotta do a 5-week subathon. Why? You don't need to. You know, what's the point? You're just going to suffer for it for no reason. So I'm really opinionated about a lot of things that streamers tend to do and what is considered meta or normal in our sphere of industry, and that can be a little bit off-putting to people, I think, because I don't necessarily agree with the way people treat subathon, and that's just one example. For example, But subathons are one of the big ones. I just don't agree with the way most people do their subathons, or how often they do them, or to what extent they're willing to put themselves in harm's way.
I
Or how they
100% agree
project
with you.
into the community.
I,
Yeah,
if I may interject, that is,
absolutely.
I-
Yes, I'm done.
I have seen people in situations before where they felt like the only thing that mattered is numbers. The only thing that matters is how much they've put themselves out there, how much effort that they've put into it. And they sort of start letting go more of the passion that initially got them there in the first place. If you are live at all times, if you are sometimes live for weeks, for months, like Heartwood said, you just physically do not have the time to properly connect with the people that, even if you are doing collaborations with them, on stream you have to consider a lot more different perspectives, a lot broader statements need to be often met for what you're saying to be deemed as acceptable, or for how many parties that you are considering when you're making a statement, when you're saying something. So depending on, like, I guess your censorship level, it can not be as authentic as just being with someone, like you said, behind or after your streams, right? Where you still go in VR to get that connection, to do talk to people. Because if you don't have that, I feel like you're effectively just trying to siphon everything that you can out of this job as much as you can, no matter really what it does to other people. I never want to give people the feeling like they have to support. I never want to give people the feeling like they have to be here. And I'm sure that Heartwood feels the same way, because then it wouldn't be authentic. And forcing that out, that's what it feels like to a lot of people, especially if they end up just almost just camping on like their OBS, you know. I have done it too, but for me it always has had a very special reason. Mostly like anniversary streams. Like the first year that I completed when I started that previous Valentine's Day was so special to me that I wanted to make sure that people knew. That to make sure that people saw that I wanted to give it everything. That's why I was live for a week, but never more than that. Even this year, after 5 years, I was very, very tired at like day 4. I could not really continue after that, but I pushed myself through to again show you that I care. Never doing longer than a week, ever. I think after that you are so disconnected with everything that's been happening that like even just a couple of days of taking a break can make you give the feeling like you haven't been doing enough, which is awful. It is very important to sometimes let that go, both for your sake and the people that care about you. Yes, sorry if I did end up missing anything. I apologize. If you guys have any questions, we can otherwise maybe take a small minute break to see if anyone has a question, to let it breathe for a little bit. If you are okay with that, Heartwood. If you have anything else to say in the meantime, feel free.
No, I was gonna just kind of finish off with the subathon things. Like, I'm in the same agreement. Just anniversaries make great subathons, but still having a hard cap of a week, or for me, it's about 72 hours. 3 days.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, you're just burning yourself out. You're burning your community out. It's not fun anymore after a certain amount of time, and it just becomes this big thing of, okay, well, I don't even need to be here anymore because they'll be live again, tomorrow.
Right,
or a week
yeah,
from now.
yeah.
And, it's like there's no point in coming back to your streams if it's the same old, because it's just going to be a constant live event nonstop.
I think that's a really good statement. The 3 days, I think anything beyond that is just milking it. Which, coming from me, I would know. You want to know something funny? To this day, people still know me as that guy that just acted like a cow on stream for 1 hour and just ended the stream. Which I did twice now. I think by heart I'm just a shit poster. It's been fun. It's been fun. Like, I love the fact that I can surprise my community with these like dumb little things that I do. The last one that I did was, do you know the caramel dancing one?
Yeah.
Did you end up seeing what I did?
No, I don't think I did.
So the whole meme is that someone is just blasting the music through their window in an apartment block, and you see like rainbow disco colors outside.
Oh,
But the guy
yeah,
inside
yeah,
is just
yeah.
like laying on the floor dead there. That's what I did for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I ended stream. But I just think doing stupid stuff like that is funny. It gets people talking. It's.
It does.
But I do
That's
100% agree
amazing.
with the subathon thing. Anything longer than 3 days seems excessive. To I think almost anyone. Like
Yeah.
eventually people start like being, is he okay? Like, is he still like there? Like, oh, he seems sad, or like, I wish that I could talk with him, but I can't because you're live all the time.
Yeah, you're not
Sucks.
spending time with your grandparents or your mom or your dad or your brother or sister. You're not hanging out with your best friends. You're not finishing schoolwork or focusing on your job when you're doing these long subathons. And that's just not healthy. It's not healthy to not have enough of a downtime. And one of the things I always got was, Heart, you sound so tired. You sound so tired. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired. It's been 3 days of nonstop streaming, and I'm just kind of like at my, my personal peak. And I know some people have this intense endurance where they can go, I feel great. I could stream for weeks on end or months on end. Some people do, but that's not healthy regardless of whether or not you physically can handle it.
It also sets a
You
statement
know?
to the sort of the rest of community where like you're inadvertently pushing this sort of as a standard. And I also don't think that that is healthy for everyone that now feel pressured to do the same thing. A lot of us need to slow down sometimes. Drop everything that they are doing and then just relax. Talk a bit with your friends, hang out with them. Yeah, be there for the people that matter to you.
Precisely.
That's why I still go to different calls. I know sometimes I'm more welcomed in the calls sometimes than others. Like sometimes people are too busy with what they are doing, or they have different priorities because everyone has their like little group now and stuff. But
Yeah.
being there with the people that actually give a shit about you is very important. So, do you mind if I continue?
No.
Oh wait, hold on. Just a second. Is this going to be a podcast series? I'm not entirely sure yet. I can maybe perhaps give it a try. We will see. Heartwood is definitely by far currently the only person on my mind that I wanted to have a talk show with, because I think we have
Aw.
connected the strongest out of any two people that I know.
Absolutely.
We're not only great friends, we've also known each other for a while,
Cheese.
but both of us think highly of each other. So it has been very nice. Cuddles are the most important after the stream. I am down for almost
yeah.
anything.
After stream care is just as good.
Exactly.
It's very important to have your after stream care, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Are there any behind the scenes or career confessions you would like to share? This is completely optional. This is kind of the most proby and pry question, you know? Like, you can skip this one if you want to, but do you have any spice? Not necessarily drama, obviously, because we both don't like that. But is there anything devious that you have done with maybe when it comes to buying something that you shouldn't have, or...
Well, there was, and Hino's gonna like flip their lid when they hear this, but there's been a few times where I got a little overexcited while window shopping for throne items, and I put a few throne items on there that are definitely not PG-13, and the community immediately found them told each other, and they would get insta-funded almost immediately just to see me squirm or get upset, And one time they decided to increment, because it was a crowdfunding thing, so they started incrementally funding the sex toy over, like, just by like $5 here, and every time the $5 would go into the fund, it would post in my Discord and on Twitter. I've just been supported, and here's the item with big old giant, you know what, just right there. And I'm like freaking out because I'm live, and I'm running. I'm like immediately stopping what I'm doing, deleting the tweet, deleting the Discord message. Then they do it again, and delete, and I'm like, guys, no! And of course they freaking fully funded
That
it was
is
in the same
wonderful.
day, and I was. And they call it, and my community calls it the uwu machine, and I say, and there's no uwu machine. There's never been an uwu machine.
There isn't an uwu. Yeah, there is no uwu machine in Bossing Say. Oh man, for me, I don't. I think the problem with me is that, like, if something's on my mind, I just always say it, for better or for worse. Other than the fact that I get sometimes upset a lot more so than I need to. There's often times when that unfortunately affects people that I didn't intend. And despite my best efforts, sometimes it is not possible to consider or cater to all of them, Recently, it has also not been great, but we have made amends to mend it again, which is a good first step. I think it's important for people to be considerate towards each other, like considerate of their perspectives and what they've been going through. And there has been, other than, avatar creation, I have used outfits before that weren't necessarily publicly available. Like the first ever jacket that I had on my Hopkin was a ripped model from the jacket from Cyberpunk. Like, someone gave that to me, and I ended up changing it from, I think, the Nanachi, that was one of my first attempts at a model, into on top of the Hopkin. That was right as I started streaming, very, very, very early. But that's about it for me. Other than that, it's just always just you get what you, I guess, see, Like, I put myself out there as much as I can, so.
Yeah.
Also, Kieran says hello, who was asking about the potential podcast series. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, the board has a question too that I didn't see. Do you mind me reading it?
Yeah, go for it.
Has the fame that you've experienced been to expectation, or what differences do you feel you have changed how you perceive fame? This will be for both of us. What do we think about the concept of fame?
Fame was never something that I cared for. In fact, I preferred to be outside of the limelight rather than in. So I'm not trying to build posses and entourages. I'm not trying to, have a notoriety to me. There is something nice when somebody goes, "Oh, I've seen your streams and I watch you all the time," or it feels good. It feels good. That's a really nice sentimental feeling. You're like, "Oh my goodness, I'm reaching out to people I've never experienced or met before, and it's really cool that they know of me." That concept is really, really sweet and heartwarming. But beyond that, I have no interest in fame. But what little fame I have gotten has come in the form of what I would consider to be a negative thing, which is parasocial behavior. I, as a normal, as a non-streamer, I never had to worry about parasocial. People didn't come to me for clout or notoriety or to use me for their particular content or their own personal growth or whatever reason they decide. Whether it's just collecting streamers like Pokemon cards on a friends list to...
I know too much about that.
Yeah, or just, just to say they know you, or, just whatever crazy reason there. And a lot of parasocial behavior isn't even necessarily negative, like they're not trying to be mean or malicious. It's just you have to suddenly put up your walls, and that's unfortunate because there's so many wonderful people in my community who I care about and I like, but I'm just scared to get to know them because I have to have the walls up. I have to have some sort of separate barrier, so that I'm protecting myself from, I prefer to make my friends in a more organic method of we run into each other, we connect on, through conversation. In fact, most of the people I make friends with nowadays are people who've never even heard of me. I prefer to make those friends because they have no expectations of me. They have no desire to get anything from me other than just, hey, we're connecting here and now in this moment in time and space, and you're cool and I'm cool.
They're judging you for you.
Vibing. And yeah, precisely. They're not judging me for content. So that's the fame that's the problem with fame for me, is that and I'm a micro streamer. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not popular. It's like I have my little niche in my community, but even as a micro celebrity kind of pseudo thing that we are within the furry fandom, you have to deal with that parasocial behavior, and that's where I find what fame has cost more than anything else versus any positives. Like, it's still nice to be recognized and people want to be nice to you because of what you do, and it's nice to hear that you've touched somebody's heart and life, or you help people connect, or get into relationships, or you save them from a depression bout or something. Those are all wonderful feelings, but the fame, it just creates parasocial behavior and creates barriers that make making friends harder, keeping friends harder. Yeah. There's an expectation, like, oh, you're a streamer, so clearly you're always too busy for me.
Yeah.
I never said I was too busy for you, honey. Why would you say that? Well, that's what, you're a streamer, you're too busy. I don't request on you because you're too busy. Like, what makes you think I'm busy and then I wouldn't spend time with you, right? It's like, there's these expectations people put on you because of the quote-unquote fame, because you're a personality.
People often think from outside this, I guess, hemisphere, that because we are known, that we get approached with invites because people would want to be there. It's very, very, very different when someone comes and visits you and spends a good portion of their night with you. You know that they were there for you. You know that they were there to be at least around you. You know that they are comfortable around you because they spent at least a good portion of their night with you, which is also one of the things that both me and Heartwood miss about the old days, where we didn't have to worry about that. The people would judge you for what you do there. The people judge you for the conversations that you actually have with them, not the implications from people that are parasocial, that think that they know you because they have seen you on stream or in videos or on social media somewhere. And although, like Heartwood said, it's nice to be recognized, it's not as nice to be recognized about the wrong reason, or to have to explain every small thing that you have done over the course of the years because people want to get involved, or people want to somehow relate to you by, you'll probably often deal with this, but people often call you cute. But on occasions when this comes from someone that you don't know, someone that you've had no interaction with, this can come off as, okay, they are just wanting a shortcut to somehow be able to relate to you, because that's the thing that they see by default, or is shown to them through other people. Like, hey, this person's really cute. There you go. Oh yeah, they giggle when you call them cute or this or that. It can come off as very shallow interest versus interest that naturally develops through conversation with other people. I think it's very important that conversation happens naturally and you can build that up over time. So I would also,
Yeah.
with everything that you said, 100% agree with you on that one. And I think that's why I also think so highly of you, because is that you are very aware about it. So you can understand and relate to me as well. And oh, wait. My music autoplayed to a very intense song. I did not want that to play. I'm so sorry. Just give me a second. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. As for me, whether I would like what I think about fame in general, I think if you're known for what you stop with a dog clicker. If you're known for the things that you would like to be known for, fame could be a wonderful thing. Like, say for example, you cure cancer, or you invent something that gets used by millions, right? You can be very proud of that. You've done something and you made a direct impact on the world, and at that point, good. But if people approach you with things that you have no control over, how people perceive you, what they say about you, what they choose to believe and what they choose to not believe about you, that can be hard. It can be harder than dealing with anything else, because it affects how you view yourself a lot, and it can be very negative. That's why it's important to have those connections, to remind ourselves that we are not insane and that we have feelings and that they do matter. Because sometimes no one will tell you otherwise.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, I would like to do a thought experiment now with you. These are some what-if scenarios. This is a different category.
Okay.
So, sorry, I'm trying to fix my setup here. What would you do
You're fine.
if aliens actually existed? Would anything change if it was proven to you with hard evidence that is undisputable, that you can check yourself, that aliens exist? How do you think it would affect your life?
I don't think it would really affect me too much, unless we're talking about an Independence Day movie level, like doomsday scenario. If they're not invading Earth or here to abduct me and anally probe me, then I don't really think it's gonna make much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. You know, we're still gonna have to go to school and work. We're still gonna have to provide entertainment. We're still gonna have to pay our bills and go to sleep at night. I don't think it's really gonna make much of a difference. The social impact would be, you know, again, are they invading, or are we having a discussion with them? Are we getting new technology? You know, oh my God, wouldn't it be cool if they finally brought us full dive VR technology? Yes, please. That would affect my life tremendously.
No. I'll do you one better.
Thinking.
TF technology. Could be anything that you want to be.
Oh.
That would be interesting, yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Signs.
I have.
You have?
A long time ago, though.
Yeah, so I've watched that one recently, and it was... I have never been this invested in, like, the actual, like, script of a movie as I was with that. Granted, the first time I watched it, I was blazed. I was out there, so it was kind of hard for me not to focus on it. However, it's very interesting to see sort of the perspective of sort of a regular family, or a somewhat regular family, like having to deal with this and seeing all these signs come back time and time again that like proves that like, yeah, they are real. You need to wake up, you know, this is actually happening. I definitely feel like a lot of people would do a lot of drastic things. Like a lot of drastic things. One of which I think probably would also happen is any sort of depiction of aliens prior to that moment would immediately shift and change a little bit. Like, people would still be creative. I don't think that's going to change. But I definitely think there's going to be a more like ground set reality shift for people where like, wow, okay, really cool to have that confirmation, but also really terrifying because we don't know what's out there. It could be anything, you know?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Next question. If you could invent one thing to make life easier, doesn't matter if it's completely made up, what would that be?
I would invent a medication or a procedure or something that would reverse aging.
That would be wonderful. I feel like that would help a lot of people. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For me.
The majority.
Oh, sorry. Go on. I thought you were done. My bad.
I was gonna say no. Just to wrap it up real quick, the majority of all diseases are age related. If we could reverse aging, if we could unlock our actual full genetic material and have, when we replicate ourselves, it's going off of the original DNA blueprints, we would stay young forever, and that would reduce so much age-relating diseases and difficulties. It would be completely world-changing. So if I could do one thing, I would just be able to stop aging.
Yeah, that's a really good one. The board also said something. Here's a fun flip to the idea. If we are ever the aliens for other planets, do you think we'd be peaceful? I think that humans are currently too incapable to control themselves. Sorry, too incapable to control ourselves. It definitely feels like that gets proven every decade or so, where there's some other worldly major event happening, some other major conflict happening, two countries that just don't agree with each other about territory or resources or yada yada yada. It's always something. And the hard reality is, like, unless that's going to change, I don't think we wouldn't step on an opportunity to take an advantage of a situation like another home planet, potentially, right? Where we could potentially survive if our world goes to shit, and then potentially fuck up that world too. But that's all hypothetical, and it's fun to think about, obviously, but until we get some evidence that aliens actually exist, I think for now it's all going to be up in the air, literally.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Jackie. Oh, speaking of aliens, hello. Let's see. Next question. If you could change anything in the world, what would it be?
Was that the question we just had where I said that it'd reduce age-relating?
Well, no, this has more to do with the world specifically, but it's a similar question. We could skip over it. What about a wish? If you had a single wish, that too, or?
Yeah, pretty much. All three of those kind of combine.
Okay, fair enough.
I would just be able to cure aging, or
Wait a moment.
if I had a wish, maybe something along the lines of like healing abilities. That'd be kind of cool.
That would fit your character so well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nola, for this up.
Just at the end of the day, like, I don't want to be able to fly. I don't want laser powers. I don't want, anything specific other than just the ability to heal people. I think
that would be wonderful.
Bring so much happiness to my life, because I could be making direct impact on people. But it could also create some problems too. So I've thought about that one long and hard, because then everyone's going to want to get healed, and next thing you know, it's a big kerfluffle. But
why do you think people come back to your stream, Heartwood? I think you have a lot more power than you might realize. I think you have had a far more positive influence on our little spheres of people that we know than you might realize.
That's what they say, and it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to quantify that. It's hard to accept that. It's hard to, like, I literally have a friend who comes to me and they tell me like how important I am to them because I introduced them to their wife.
Oh, wow.
And now they're going to have kids, and like,
wow.
I'm indirectly responsible for the creation of life. These kind of things are like so hard to just really wrap your head around.
Oh, so that's how you reproduce. Got it. You're just like a little Cupid, just shooting arrows in people's hearts.
Exactly.
Another art idea, surely.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I already got the Cupid art. I'll have to show that to you.
That's
later.
wonderful. I would love to see that, yeah. As for me, if I had one wish,
Mhm.
I also wish that I had the power to just do more good than I am able to do now. I guess, teleportation would be fucking cool, or being able to, or
That
or
would be
okay,
neat.
you know what? To be fair, actually, now that I think about it, if I had the power to make like a quick save state and then just load back in whenever I wanted to,
Mhm.
that would be really
Uh-huh.
cool, because then that would mean any sort of trick shot I try to make could always work with enough attempts. Think about it. That would
That's
that would
true.
look really cool. But it doesn't even seem like I need it based on that clip I sent you. It just sometimes works.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can never know
That
what
would be a
sticks
really
if
cool
you
power.
don't try, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
That would be really cool to do Groundhog Day, try and try again till you get the results you want, and then, proceed from there, but you could keep trying without there being anyone aware that
Hi,
you're trying
Hole.
over and over again, so you're
Yeah.
always doing well at everything, which would be really cool.
You know what's funny? So,
Mm.
if people weren't so focused on the things that we did wrong as people, right? If people weren't so focused on all the times that we did try but it didn't work, then the majority of us would just be experiencing the glee of actually landing that shot, of actually succeeding at something that they tried, It's very, very much a thing of, you have the ability to do really, really cool things, but you need to put yourself out there. You need to pursue that win to be able to feel that euphoria. That's why people,
Yeah.
play games, and I actually played the finals earlier as well. I think you played that at some point too.
Ooh.
Am I not wrong?
Yeah,
Am I
I
wrong?
used to play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play it.
It was fun. It
Fun.
was. I caught up with a friend of mine that I hadn't talked to in a little while, and saw them play, and I was just immediately sort of I don't know, very immersed in what they were doing, because there was drum and bass playing, and it just completely caught my attention. And I played some, and it was pretty fun. And we actually won the first 2 matches that we played. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've never played it before, and we won twice, so that was really cool. Yeah.
That is really cool.
Jackie says that theirs would be the ability to survive in space, just out there floating.
Ooh.
Yeah, but what if you just
That would be-
push him from the spaceship and he just keeps floating in one direction forever?
Yeah, then you're stuck out there in the vast emptiness for eternity, because you could just survive out there forever. That'd be horrible. It's worse than getting trapped.
I think that's how one of the JoJo villains ends up meeting his demise. I think it's the second part where he, I think, is immortal. So the way that they deal with him is by launching him into space.
Oh God, what a horrible fate! I could not know.
Anyway, that aside, so we covered the superpower thing. Okay. Do you have any what if scenarios you would like to ask me?
What if you were able to unlock? They say you can only use 10% of your brain power. Humans only use 10%. What if you were able to unlock an additional 10 or 20 or even 30% of your cognitive abilities? What would you do?
I feel
you could suddenly access the farthest reaches of your mind and have, almost godlike processing ability.
But a lot of that question stems from sort of the prior expectation, or I guess what we think would happen when we get more processing power in our brain, or we are able to be sort of more cognitive of how our brain works. I think as long as you're able to criticize sort of any thoughts or any I guess any train of thoughts that you've had leading up to a thought, right? Any opinion you might have, sort of any experience, and be able to rationalize that, you're well on your way to already being more cognitively aware. Then At least seemingly most people. I feel a lot of people live their lives and they get their own experiences, their own ups and downs. So a lot of the opinions that they have about everything makes sense to them, and that makes sense. They, like, for example, if they've only ever seen, for example, football players be very aggressive, then in their mind that's going to be the reality, right? But that doesn't mean that it's automatically true for all conditions. This is something that's very important to keep in mind, that there's always going to be a different perspective of every single story, a different opinion that might not align with yours, but has a perfectly reasonable explanation as to why it's there. I feel like using more of your brain sort of has to do with that specifically, where you, I think, would be a lot more hyper aware of the things that you do, which just means that now you are, it's more of a requirement to then control what emotions that gets you. Because I feel like you would be very emotionally charged if you knew that everyone around you wasn't thinking as much about the things that you would want them to. And I have also experienced that. Not that I'm saying that like I have a higher brain cognitive abilities than other people, but I am more aware of what I think a lot more and why I think it, which is another reason why I value what you do a lot, because it does, at least to me, seem like you are more aware of the things that you say and the things that you put out there than a lot of the other people that I've seen. Very, very cognitively considerate towards other perspectives, which is another reason why you're so welcoming. I try to do the same thing, but oftentimes I can find myself in... Oh, sorry, go on. If you wanted to interject, go for it.
I was just gonna say, it's, you know, there's an art to reading the room. There's an art to understanding how the words and the actions you do impact the general populace or the people who are in the vicinity, and a lot of people just don't think about the consequences of your actions or thoughts, and it's nice to be considerate. So when I speak and when I talk to people, I am always thinking, how will this be perceived by this person or this person or this group or my audience or whatnot. So, you know, I call it common sense and just being self-aware, you know. But you're right, it's nice to have other people who understand the concept of being aware of what, you know, the considerations and what
I think self-awareness is a really big part of that.
Yeah.
I think the more cognitive brain power you would have, hypothetically, the more self-aware you would be. Sort of like like think about it this way, like an AI writing their own code almost, you know.
Yeah.
That would sort of I guess be the next cognitive step for you to be able to formulate what you think about like anything really, based on all of the possible information you can get, not just your perspective. So yeah, that's how I would that would be my what if, I suppose. Okay.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
We have another category, a less heavy one. Some favorites. What's your favorite movie as of late and why?
Oh, everyone's gonna laugh at me, but I am a big John Wick fan, and I find that for the John Wick series, I know they're violent and I know it's like actiony and you know whatnot, but there's something about those films that is very comforting for me. I know it's weird to say that when you're, you know, shooting somebody in the head or stabbing somebody in the eye, but there is something comforting about the John Wick films. So a lot of times late at night, I'll just throw it on as background music. You know, one of the 4 films, or well, 5 now. And
oh yeah, I agree,
you know,
Space Cat.
You know, there's a million different movies. I'm a cinephile. I love movies. I've seen so many movies. I'm still seeing movies for the first time. And asking my favorite movie is so hard. But one movie series I just keep coming back to, even just as a comfort thing, would be the John Wick films. I won't say it's my favorite movie, but it's definitely up there. All of them.
For me, for a while, I think it was Coco for a while, because I really liked the sort of like aspect of like trying to remember the
Hmm.
people for the right reason. You know, I guess it like comes back into the whole like recognizing streamers for the right reason kind of thing, but also just the people that have meant a lot to me. I want to remember them for their good, not their bad.
Yeah.
And more importantly, judge them for how they were towards me. Like, people can tell me all about another person all they want, but as long as I don't get like a personal impression of them, I think judging them feels pointless because you don't
Precisely.
you don't know them that well.
Yeah.
So Coco was it for me. Coco was it for me. What about
That
food?
was a great
What's your
movie.
favorite food? Got any favorite meals?
I'm a fat ass, so I love food.
Mm-hmm.
I love Italian food the most, like pastas, pizzas, calzones, strombolis, chicken piccata, just like any kind of Italian dishes are usually good. Minus the seafood, I'm not a big seafood eater.
Sorry about that. Okay.
You're fine. I was gonna say I like cake too. Cake's really good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of, like, I always joke. I said I could go vegetarian if it weren't for fried chicken. Fried chicken is what keeps me from going vegetarian. But I'm a big pasta eater. I love pasta. I love fried chicken. I love anything that's really, really terrible for me, and that's
But it's good for the soul, heart. It's fine.
It's good. It's good for, and that's the thing. I eat for the soul, not for my waistline, unfortunately, and that's a bit of a problem. But
I actually just get reminded. I watched a recent Fun Flu. Thank you for the tier free, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
45 bouteille MOSFET puppets and
Sorry, I got a
tails.
little distracted. Thank you so much, sweetheart. But recently,
that's so sweet.
Mhm. Meat Canyon, right? You've probably seen some of their
Yeah.
videos. In one of their recent videos, they were talking about like the sort of need for obsession for people to always be as perfect as possible, like as clean as possible, like looks maxing and stuff like that. And it can be very sort of same reason why I think we don't really fund the people or the attitude of wanting to do a subathon, like do give absolutely everything to it as much as possible. It is equally important to sometimes just let it go. And in his words, on occasions, it is more fun down in the pig pen of the Uggies and the people that are fat, because they're still living. People that are obsessed with perfectionism sometimes don't even socialize as much anymore because they need to go to bed at a reasonable hour, or they can't because responsibilities get in the way. So they stop having fun and forget how to live. If you don't slow down once in a while, you might miss life. It's important to enjoy it sometimes. That's why
Life is meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah. And without any of that, I wouldn't want to be here anyway. If I had to like play the role of a perfect soldier my entire life, I don't think I would like it. So
No,
yeah.
neither would I.
Okay, I don't know how we got there from favorite food, but still, it's as for me, obviously it's churros. If you don't know me, I like churros a lot. They're pretty great. Belgian waffles
Churros
are also
so
really, really good. If you ever drag your ass over here sometimes, I am buying you a Belgian waffle, and I'm not giving no for an answer.
That is fine by me.
What about favorite
I would
drink?
love a Belgian waffle.
Any favorite drink?
Well, I'm a sommelier, so when it comes to alcohol, I like a lot of different wines. But I will say, I think my favorite drink is a Kir Royale, which is a mixture, a half and half mixture. It's like a mimosa, but instead of orange juice and champagne, it's champagne and creme de cassis, or a blackberry or raspberry liqueur. You can choose either or. But
Ooh.
it's traditionally creme de cassis and aligote white wine. But if you do it with sparkling wine, like a nice brut, it is absolutely to die for. Kir Royale is divine. It is pure divinity, and I love that particular fancy lovely, lovely, lovely drink.
Well, then I'll take you up on the offer of you inviting me over for drinking wine. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
If you ever come over here, I have some very nice bottles of wine. I'd be very happy.
You know what'd be
purchase
really
for
fun
you.
as like a game night? If I end not the dog clicker noise, okay? But if I end up going over there and we end up playing something like Jack in a Box or something with like maybe your husband and maybe a couple of friends online, would be a lot of fun. As for me,
great.
I don't know. Like, I've thought about it quite a lot, and as a general drink, cold, fresh. Cranberry juice with I think a little bit of cherry in is usually like it's very sweet, but it's also like very very fruity, and it usually hits the spot just right. It's either that or freshly squeezed orange juice. Can never go wrong with that. That is great. In terms of alcohol though, I'm not too sure. I would say amaretto. Amaretto fits with almost anything that I drink. I like it a lot.
Amaretto is wonderful. Good choice. As far as like non-alcoholic beverage, I'm a big fan of tea. So unsweet tea or green tea would be my particular go-tos for non-alcoholic beverages. I'm a big tea drinker.
You would like some of the ones that I have. I think I have my favorite one is the Morocco mint and spices. I think from Lipton iced tea. They're a little sweeter, but it tastes a little bit like you would be eating like a sweet tree or something. That's kind of how it tastes, and it's strangely refreshing every single time.
I had a tea that was labeled almond cookie tea, and it tastes just like an actual almond cookie. If you've ever had an almond cookie,
yes,
and it is to die for. And if you
that
add
sounds
a little bit
awesome.
of
Are you kidding me?
It's literally a drink. It's literally drinking an almond cookie. It's so good.
Oh man, we have some treats here that I would love to like. Our pastries here in Belgium are also wonderful. Also, if there's anything you want to point out in chat, if you're following along, feel free to, by the way. Like if you want to answer any of the questions, feel free to interrupt me, feel free to say whatever you like.
Okay, sounds good. I'm not super following along with chat, just peeking at it from time to time.
I'm occasionally checking in as well. If someone wants to say something, they'll grab our attention one way or another. Then I also have the same thing with games, but I think that kind of comes and goes. Like, I don't think we would want to talk about that too much. I think we have a general understanding, like, yeah, it's just a thing that we're kind of obsessed with at the moment, but in like a week it'll be something different, you know? What about a song?
There's so many games out there and genres. Songs. Oh. Well, my husband made a playlist for me.
Oh.
And all the songs on those playlists are just perfect. I can't really, I'm not really good with music. I don't remember artists very well. I remember songs, but I don't remember the name of the song or the artist. My brain just doesn't want to keep that trivial knowledge for some reason. But the playlists that my husband listens to and the music that he listens to just vibe with me so well, and that's something we really connected on when I first started dating them, was our musical tastes. And that those songs are all really important to me, but I can't for the life of me, you know, I can name a few artists, but it's just like there's too many songs. It's a playlist more than
picking
a
a
song.
favorite as well is, I feel, very difficult with music for me, because there's so many different songs that I like for so many different reasons that it is very hard to narrow it down. Also, I wanted to point something out that was said in chat. Jackie, I will be taking you up on that offer. All right, if I ever drag my ass over to Detroit, I think where you live, you bet your ass I'm taking you up on that offer. Yeah, take notes. As for me, I think
smoke of the.
I do it like once every week, and I actually, funnily enough, I have a glass that I had in my room at the time, cleaned it, and every single time that I filled out my pen again, or got rid of the ashes of the last one, I've put it in this cup, so I can see the exact amount of weed that I've ever smoked in my life, because I've only ever actively started there, minus the occasional pass me by joints that people gave me at the time, but I never had access to it before, like, until I basically turned 30. That's when I started getting access to it. So I know exactly how much I've done so far. It's funny. It'll be a big achievement once it's fully like filled, but
oh my goodness.
It does occasionally help, like, take that stress away, though. Not gonna lie, it's obviously there's alcohol, and a lot of people default to that, but it takes quite a lot for me to really feel positive about using it, if that makes sense. Since it feels more of like a default thing that people want to have an excuse to start having a good time only because of the drugs. And that's where I think they go wrong. I think it could be a very good enhancer occasionally, but you should never rely on it.
Alcohol's a social lubricant, and so can cannabis as well. You know, it's used to enhance your situation and maybe, you know, take the edge off or have a little bit of fun. But when it becomes the focus of everything, I think that's where people start to go wrong. It's like, oh, I just want to hang out so we can smoke, or I'm drinking, you know, at 2 p.m. because I want to drink. It's like, well,
yeah, day drinking
that's when you should start reevaluating your situation. And go, you know, instead of having a glass of wine at dinner with your friends or family, or, you know, going to a party and having a few, you know, limiting yourself to like 3 beers or something, you know, just whatever. You know, I'm not here to tell people don't have fun and enjoy yourself. Life is meant to be lived, as we said recently. But you know,
honestly,
all things in moderation.
Like, I know this is not like necessarily an excuse for anyone to abuse it, obviously. But when we compare ourselves now to what we historically have known people have done to themselves in the past just to feel something, I feel like our consideration for our well-being is a lot higher than it used to be. At least when it comes to like being hyper aware of like a calorie intake or drug usage or like juggling everything that we need to take care of in our daily lives. It's a lot. It's a lot. So sometimes having that social lubricant can help. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, do you want to go to the next category?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm down.
What is the funniest story of your life?
Oh no. Ooh. Okay. Let me think. Funniest story.
Or doesn't have to be the funniest, but if there's something that we would like to share, go for it.
Nothing's really coming to mind. You know.
It's one of those things, I think, where like unless you've been actively talking about it, it could just gotta go in the back of your mind until maybe you see like a picture or something again.
I'm sure there's plenty of embarrassing moments that I would I've buried in the backyard and never want to think about again. There's nothing. I don't know. Funniest moment. I'm kind of a square, so I don't really do a whole lot of stuff that's super amusing or funny. But yeah, I don't know. What about you? I can't. I'll keep thinking, but I can't.
Of course, yeah, I can start. For me, a lot of I wouldn't say the funniest of my life. Obviously, it is kind of difficult to think of like the peak moments just out of the top of your head, unless you've been actively keeping track of it. In terms of like funny, we used to play this sort of acting game where you would have to, someone would come up on stage with someone telling them exactly what they need to try to portray to the audience by only using body language. So sometimes we'd play games like trying to guess the murderer, like you would have to guess the murder first and the murder weapon and where it took place, kind of thing. And that was pretty funny because sometimes the combination would be ridiculous, like, I don't know, Mickey Mouse with a grass mower or something, you know, that kind of stuff. So having them try to act that out has been some of the funniest moments of my life. Also some of the happiest, because it's very much away from, like, our need to be hyper-connected with everything out there. And we were all just sort of just there, focusing on having fun. So that was in Luxembourg. Do you know where Luxembourg is? Yeah, like at the border of Germany. There, yeah, it's a really, really tiny one. It's like sixth or like a seventh of the entirety of Belgium. It's so small, and there's a river that disconnects or like cuts Germany from Luxembourg, so you can go into the river and swim from Luxembourg to Germany and back, which is just so weird to say because it's like two landlocked countries, you know. Some of my funniest and happiest moments were from back then. Also, I used to make videos, and one of the videos we made was actually from back then too. We had like plastic rifles and guns, and we were like trying to like pretend like to infiltrate like this like hostage situation or whatever, like and defuse a bomb and shit. And we made a video out of it. Shit quality, super cringe nowadays, but looking back at it, that's some of the like most fun that I had. Just like not a worry in the world, just doing what we want to, being creative and coming up with stupid stories and ideas out of fucking nowhere. It's been really fun. Yeah, that kind of. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, you go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just gonna say that, and some of the streams that I've been having, like with the little bits that we have been doing on, for example, Peak, have also been hilarious. Actually, I don't know if you know about this, but Narek does. Basically, every single time that he's dead and his ghost is around me and Peak, he starts reading the gnome Wikipedia page, because he's always dressed up as a little annoying gnome trying to be a little gremlin. So then Fuwa started doing the same thing, but with the Fox Wikipedia page, for the exact same reason, to just sort of like do this like funny little bit where they won't leave me the fuck alone after they die. So yeah, like that's. I honestly genuinely think like some of the most happy moments have been on stream for me, like when people all around me are having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like for me that unlocked some memories, and like one of my favorites was when I was growing up in California, and as a kid, you know, you just have this sense of wonder and whimsy and creativity. And me and my friend decided to get it. We got it into our heads that we were going to build ourselves a custom-made helicopter.
Oh my god!
So we were just taking all of these like wood and supplies from our parents' garages and sheds and stuff, and we were just nailing things together haphazardly. We had no plan, no idea. We're just trying to make it together, and this thing just ended up being a square board with like a bunch of sticks in the middle and a broom for the rotor, and just like, you know, we got ceiling fan. We took apart a ceiling fan and made that the blades. And, oh my gosh! And we were just trying to build the engine at that point. We weren't even getting to the point where, because we wanted to fly around in this thing. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world. But I just remember those days were like some of my happiest, because, you know, my neighborhood, I had that quintessential Ed, and Eddie growing up period of the 90s. So I had like the neighborhood kids, and we would run around and we'd do stuff. Like I remember we saw a bunch of bees like in my neighbor's yard, and we wanted to be bee exterminators for some reason. So we tried to create our own like bee pesticide concoction with like Kool-Aid and dish soap and stuff, and so we were spraying her flowers down and like killing all her flowers, and she was so mad at us, and we got yelled at. And you know, just like going on adventures, and we found an old rusted out Beetle, you know, the Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we found a burnt out old one in the forest, and a bunch of teenagers had been, having sex and canoodling there. So there's bras and panties and like blankets and stuff, all kinds of silly things, beer bottles and whatnot. Me and my friends would go over there and like always like try to like pretend like it was a murder scene, and we're like investigating what had happened there when we weren't there. So just like it was just like an Ed and Eddie kind of scenario, just having fun, making things. We tried to cook eggs on the sidewalk because it was hot one summer.
Oh my god.
Just like all these cool and fun little things that we do as
I
kids.
think I tried that at
and
some
I just
point too.
loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so. I mean, you could probably do it now with the heat wave you guys are all dealing with.
Honestly, my mom has a black car, and if it's just stationary in the baking sun for like 5 hours at least, I'm pretty sure you could actually make an egg on it. Yeah. I also
I bet you
remember
could.
we had a very similar name. Well, not the Ed and Eddie like end of the road kind of shaped one,
Called
but. Right,
Yeah.
yeah. We had a big patch of like, stop, a big patch of wood everywhere. Like, there's a library there now, and there's like a tram station there to get into Ghent and stuff. But back then, it was all nature, and me and my friends would consistently just drive around in our bikes, just for the sake of it, like kind of around the neighborhood, and that alone is just. It was just really fun. We just moved around and experienced different places just for the sake of it. And I remember back
We
then
did the
as
same
well.
thing.
Yeah. Like, I remember back then, like, we were never wealthy. Like, I was never ever wealthy. So the few times that, like, I could, like, buy something from, like, the store. We had, like, a little corner store where a couple of, I think, like, a family of Indians lived there. And they were very nice, but like usually very skeptical of us because we were so young, and they always thought we were next something. But I remember buying like I think it called a Leo chocolate bar there, and that used to be one of my favorite things to buy because it was like the perfect cookie almost any single time, and those were some of my favorite days in my life. Just enjoying the small
Exact same
things.
thing. Me and my friends would bike around, and we'd go to the corner store, and we get a big can of Arizona iced tea and a candy bar, and then we go and sneak off somewhere and eat the candy bar and drink the Arizona iced tea, and then go on an adventure and go to the park or go.
Oh. I think Heartwood might be having a little bit of technical issues. We'll give it a moment. What kind of library? Just a regular one. She did mention, I think yesterday and this morning as well, that her headset was dying or in a relatively bad state, so that they might be disconnecting on occasions. But we've had quite a lot already, so maybe it was maybe it was meant to be to take a break a little bit. We'll see if they come back. Yeah, we'll see if she comes back. Until the meantime, you guys can ask me anything if you want. You have my attention now. We can take a small little break of 2 to 3 minutes. 90 doesn't want to charge, maybe? What does 90 mean? Cucumber lemon water is so refreshing. That does sound really refreshing too, Bored. Yeah. I have not tried that. And I remember friends that were doing that, like making their own sort of fruit juice right before going to school. I always liked...
Just put a knife in it.
No! Wait! No! Wait! No! Wait! No! Heartwood, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Bard! Bitch! What the fuck? No! I think I might put a knife in it. Wow. She doesn't look away for she looks away for 2 seconds and she gets stabbed. Unbelievable. Oi! Are there older episodes of the Cuddle pile somewhere? Are you enjoying this so far? You know, I know I kind of answered your question with a question of my own, but I'm kind of curious. Hi, Ero. Hello. Hi, hi. Are you guys enjoying the podcast so far? I don't know if I'm too bright now. Woo! Oh, my fucking eyes! Holy shit! What? Oi. Oi. Redeems cat button, then goes back to lurking. Hi, Blaze. Hi, sweetheart. It's nice to see you. Oh. Oh. Hello.
My headset just died.
Are you okay?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my headset just turned off and died. It's acting up. I have to RMA it, unfortunately. So I am so sorry about that.
That's okay. It's kind of nice sometimes to take a breather anyway. So let's give ourselves a little bit of.
Did I see?
space,
Did somebody stick me with a knife? Did I get?
Yep.
I'm not a piece of cake.
Well, I mean, I can only partially agree with you on that one. I've seen the art she has, chat. There definitely is cake involved. Also, Purple says hi by redeeming the cat button and then leaving. We have temporarily disabled them so that we could focus a bit more. Were you gonna say something?
Have you seen my newest art?
Maybe. It's possible. You end up getting more than I do, so I'm
I got
very
the
interested.
GTA 6 cover girl art.
Oh. No, I did not see that. I would love to.
There's the sticker version.
Yo! Okay, hold on. Can I show that? Is that allowed?
Yeah, go for it.
Chat?
Yeah, it's totally safe.
Alright, type 1 if wood, type 2 Anyway, Heartwood, welcome back. I'm really happy you're back.
Thank you. I'm so sorry about the. Me too. I'm glad to be back.
You're fine.
I'm sorry about that.
Just so we're both on the same page, how long are you willing to keep going? I think I have about at least half an hour-ish questions left, but if you want to round it off sooner, we can do that.
Oh, I can do another half hour.
Okay,
And then I'll
wonderful.
go get dinner.
Yeah. Great. Okay, let's see. Then there was also sort of the counter thing from, like, the counter question of what I just asked, what are the most dramatic times in your life? But that specifically is a little bit more negatively focused, so if you don't want to talk about that, we can just keep going.
No, it's okay. I mean, I think, like, life isn't about trying to suppress negativity and only focus on positivity. You can't have toxic positivity. You have to recognize that life has its ups and downs, and what those downs are what forge us into better people in the grand scheme of things. I think one of the hardest times of my life was when my father was passing away, and that was a really tough one to deal with because I was struggling to find work. I had no job. I had nothing going for me. At the time, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I had a fancy degree, which wasn't getting me anywhere. My mom was sick. My dad was sick. Things were just not good, and I was constantly in this state of just, what is happening? Everything's just kind of falling apart on me. And my dad had been in the hospital before, and I didn't think anything of it. Kind of, I figured, okay, well, he'll bounce back. He'll get better. He always does. And then he didn't. And next thing I know, we had to pull the plug, and so I had to be there when my father passed, which was, I'd never been in a situation like that before. Everyone who's ever died on me or around me has always died in another room, another place. I've never been present with mortality like that, and that was really one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with, was being face to face with death, and face to face with the loss of a family member, who was also our rock. He was the person who made sure that no matter how bad things were, everything would be okay. Now, the person we relied on for everything is gone, And, like I said, I was struggling with trying to find work and try to find my place in the world, and life was not exactly peachy keen. It was pretty bad at the time. It was just compressing. And that was the toughest thing I ever had to deal with, honestly. That was probably the hardest part of my entire life. I've had a couple of other really, really nasty and terrible things happen to me over the years, but that was probably the first real adversity I'd ever faced in my life.
Yeah.
And it was hard to process. Not to be a downer. I mean, I processed it, and I'm good with that. And this happened a long time ago. But just life is hard. Life can be really challenging, and finding ways to process and cope with loss and grief and despair and frustration and feeling that sense of what do I do now can be very overwhelming for people.
The way that I see it is we're all in a line, and every generation of people doesn't even necessarily have to be like family, but every generation of people sort of hands like the torch of life to the next. And at some point for everyone, it'll be the last time that you hand over your knowledge, your experience, your presence with someone else. So it is very melancholy to me to think about that we have a lot, not as much control as we would probably want about everything. Hence why you probably are motivated to, cure aging, And it sucks. It does. I do think it gives some meaning to life inherently by having it being limited, so enjoy it while you can.
Of course. Precisely.
I get faced with death every 3 or 4 years because we have a lot of cats, and I wouldn't say I'm numb to it. I definitely feel like I would be very, very affected if one of my parents would slip away too. It feels strange because I never really thought about having to take that torch from them from the last time,
Yeah.
Also,
not something you want to think about.
My hand just died. Just give me a second. This controller is on its last legs. I have been only using it for 2.5 hours, and it has died, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's kind of the situation I'm having with my headset at the moment. It won't charge, so it's just kind of kicking the bucket a little faster than it should.
Well, at least you can still watch movies on occasions, I suppose, Just can't maybe dance with it. It's obviously not something that a lot of people want to think about with, well, both, their VR equipment's breaking, obviously, but also just death in general. It makes me appreciate the time that I do have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is my main motivator to, make people smile around me. Okay, let's see. On maybe a slightly lighter note, do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog. Her name is Olivia. She is
That's a cute
an
name.
old lady. Yeah, I had 3 animals. I had 2 dogs and a cat. I had Olivia, Remy, and Maya. 2 Australian Shepherds and 1 Sphinx hairless cat. Unfortunately, Remy passed away before I started streaming, and Maya passed away the year I started streaming. But we still have Olivia, and she's a distinguished old lady, and I love her very much. She's a weird dog. She's very weird, but she's lovely, and I'm really grateful to have her with me.
I,
But she's a sweetheart.
you ever sometimes think about how cool it would be to just be a pet? Like, you wouldn't have to worry about anything. You get free food, free shelter. You just bark or meow and you look cute, and that's it. That's all you need to do. No thinking, no
Oh yeah,
nothing.
no, the whole concept. I mean, this is a trans girl thing, but the whole concept of just giving up everything and just being a pet sounds really, really appealing. You know, and less worry about this, that, and the other thing. You know, I don't have to worry about taxes. I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
you know anything.
I
It's
get
just, I
it.
can just bark and look cute. I can just bark
I
and look cute.
I get
What?
it, man. If honestly, if every single system out there that like makes us keep track of everything that we are doing was a lot different, it would be a lot more enjoyable. 'Cause I have had some bad experiences, and I could open up about that again, but honestly, it's not something we can control, other than just like, hey, do as you're told and don't ask questions, I guess. Especially when it comes to, you know, the IRS, I don't fuck around.
Never mess with the IRS, they say.
All right, let's see. Do you have any? Oh, yeah. Would you conceptually, what would your favorite sort of exotic animal be that you would want as a pet?
That's a good question.
Like a toucan or something, or like a ferret.
I've owned a ferret, so that one I can
hey, there
cross
we
off
go.
the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a ferret named Spooky who was an absolute little critter. I loved him. As far as exotic pets, like I have thought about capybara. I think having a capybara would be super cool. They're really, really sweet and they're fun to hang out with. And they like to swim, and I like to swim, and I think that would be fun. But they're also messy, so that would be unpleasant. Sloth. A sloth would be really fun to have.
Yeah, he'd be very chill guy, you know.
Very chill. You can just like set up some cool like cat trees and jungle gym style stuff in your house, and they can just kind of literally hang out, and you just check on them once or twice a day, see how they're doing. Make sure they're well cared for. But they're just a chill little guy. I think having a sloth would be a great pet.
Oh, you know which pet I think would be fucking awesome? Like a gecko.
Ooh,
like, the ones with like the two thumbs on each side, and they're just like the eyes that like look everywhere and stuff. That'd be fucking awesome. Just have one on my hands.
Lizards, and we had a couple of really cool lizards when I was growing up, and they were fun. I don't think there were geckos though.
I'm not too familiar with the exact terminology, but I think you get what I mean, right? Like the kind of
the cool little ones that can suction cup on the stuff, and
an axolotl would also be really, really cute.
That would be so adorable. Oh
my
goodness.
This is something that I actually wonder because I don't remember 100%. Do you have any tattoos or piercings?
I do. I have.
Oh, okay.
So I have a full half sleeve from my elbow all the way up to my knuckles, and it's all sacred geometry. So, just shapes and patterns and things like that. There is a massive mandala on my hand and a massive mandala right here on the inner part of my arm.
Oh, that must have been very complicated to draw on.
Very complicated to draw. Took a long time, like many hours in the chair being tattooed up. But it is a gorgeous piece of ink.
I would
really
absolutely adore to see that at some point.
Yeah, and then I also have ear piercings, and I have 00 tunnels, so you can see right through my ears.
Oh yeah. No, quite a few people with that.
Yeah, and I used to have a nose stud, a cute little nose piercing. But unfortunately, one night it fell out while I was sleeping and closed up, and I was devastated.
For me, I used to have a tongue piercing, and my left earlobe used to be pierced, which I didn't know at the time, but apparently that means that, like, you're showing other men that you're gay. Or, like, had interest in other men. I didn't know that, and a lot of people started hitting on me, and I was like, huh? And lo and behold, here I am a couple of years later, and it's still happening. All right.
There you go.
Let's see. How much experience do you have cooking? I'm kind of curious. Do you dabble a little bit in cooking?
I have dabbled. I have dibbled and dabbled. I have a couple of things I'm really good at. I can make a killer risotto.
Ooh, okay.
I am phenomenal with poached eggs. I can make the perfect fluffy cloud poached eggs. I make really good spaghetti. But I can cook a steak really well as well. But generally speaking, I like to say that I'm not a good cook. I don't cook very often. I don't cook very frequently. I prefer not to cook. I don't like how messy it is and how much work is involved post cooking. And I hate dealing with dishes and things like that. So I don't cook very often, unfortunately. I would much rather have someone cook for me. So, I just want to lay back and be the princess, and
someone waving their thing at you while someone's feeding you grapes.
Exactly.
I understand. I also feel like when you're cooking the meal yourself. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I guess.
But when you're cooking the meal yourself, when you're smelling what you're cooking, it can ironically take a little bit away of the enjoyment of actually eating it because you've been exposed to it for so long,
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I agree. Like, to me, cooking feels more of a sort of secondary hobby rather than like something that I would really want to prioritize, because it doesn't really matter to me in the end of the day what that I ate, as long as I make sure to have enough intake, and that's it. So as long as I don't starve myself and I have enough to eat, you won't hear me complain about it. Okay, I'm going to slowly start rounding it up. I'll ask like one or two more questions, and then we can do our outro, and then I can send you on your merry way. After we plugged everything in, go over everything again. Let's see. Where did your name come from?
The username Heartwood. That actually comes from a Redwall book. If you're familiar with the book series Redwall, Redwall was a series by Brian Jacques, and it's a big series. There's probably like 15, 20, 30 books or something like that, and it's about anthropomorphic mice living in a little medieval red brick abbey.
That is so interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I remember reading these books when I was a kid, and I loved the Redwall series. Now, it was very speciesist, like wolves and foxes and predators were usually evil characters and had to fight their evil nature, and mice, voles, badgers, these things, rabbits, bunnies, they all were the good characters, of course. But that aside, it was a really fun book series, a medieval fantasy series with animals. I loved reading the books, and I remember one book. It was a very minor character. It was a captain of the guard who was an otter, and his name was Heartwood. And I thought that was the coolest name when I saw that, so I immediately snagged it up because my first character was technically a little otter girl.
Okay.
So my first character was named Melanie, and she was a little otter. And then I had come up with, I was just using like generic Snow Wolf, whatever, usernames and things like that as a kid. And when I saw Heartwood, I was like, that's a really cool name. It's very pretty. I think I'll use this for a new OC, which then sort of just became my main character. And I just kept using Heartwood ever since I was a kid. So probably since I was 16 years old. And that's the story of my username. That's where it came from.
Do you know mine?
I don't remember. I think you might have told me, but let's hear it.
So my real name isn't easy to pronounce in English. A lot of people have sort of at least some pronunciation issues with it. So I figured having something that rolls off the tongue might be a bit better. Something that is just maybe one syllable, maybe just almost like a statement with a name, I looked around a lot, and I dabbled with like kind of like mixing my name with my family name in it with like dragon, because I liked dragons at the time. That didn't really stick that much until I played a game called Final Fantasy VIII, which you probably are familiar at least somewhat with the Final Fantasy series, at least heard of it, right? One of the attacks from one of the like Guardian's forces you have, which is a summon that you have in the game, was called Mega Flare, where there's a dragon that casts like basically a Kamehameha laser beam on the enemy, and I thought it was so fucking cool. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want Flare as my name," and then Flare stuck. I think since 12, 11 years old or something that I've had the name. And that's where mine came from. Ever since then, I've just been Flare. And anytime that I see another Flare, like the ones from the VR chat staff, or I guess the moderators or admins of VR, right? Their name is Flare. And occasionally they make memes about them, but my name is there, so I get confused. It's very funny, though.
That is really cool. That's a
It's
cool
very fun.
origin of your name.
Can I read through the options that I had left to see which one I want to round off with for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Take your time.
We went over cooking, we went over pets, went over the names. The other ones are just kind of like, I guess, stretch goals, stretch questions, and whatever. But I think one of the questions that I would like to ask you is, what are some standards, morals, or ethics that you like to live by?
I think live my life with kindness, care, and compassion at the forefront of whatever I do, and do no harm.
Yeah.
Those are probably the main ethical things I try to do. Like, I don't consider myself by any means perfect. I definitely have my flaws, but at the end of the day, I just want to be known for, because I want to embody this, because I want to spread that equanimity of love, kindness, and compassion throughout the universe. I feel like we need more people who are that, more than ever before, especially with the way the world is shaping up. We need to show by example that living a life of compassion is the right way to go. And that it's a strength and not a weakness. So that's pretty much my guiding principles, is be that kind, caring, compassionate, and loving person, and at nearly, in almost every way, do no harm.
It is
hard
definitely
to.
something that I also 100% agree with.
Cheese.
There's not that much time and space made for that reflection. I think
No, there isn't.
I think often people get so lost in trying to keep up with every single thing that seems at first as very significant to them, that they sometimes lose track of that, where they want to keep themselves occupied at all times. They always want to keep themselves going as much as possible, always trying to give in everything that they have, that compassion sometimes becomes secondary to them, a less important goal, and I don't think that's true. I definitely feel like we speak the same language because we want to be understood. We wouldn't be speaking the same language or attempting to communicate with each other if we didn't want the other party or the person that we're talking to understand us. And I think it's then also equally important to do as much effort in trying to understand that person as it is to try to make yourself be understood. Because a lot of people have a lot of wild opinions, they have a lot of things that they prioritize over others without seeming like they think about it, at least from an outside perspective. And that's also why I just want to treat the people the way that I want to want to be treated. I feel like it's only the most fair. That's probably my standard. That's probably my moral and ethic that I live by. Like that's something that I've always tried to do. Yeah. That's also why I admire you. because I know that you try to be compassionate.
Yeah.
Okay, I think for now we have covered quite a lot. Some of the other
Oh, yeah, we did.
some of the other questions involve like what your deepest fear is, like claustrophobia or whatever, but those are more sort of like prying a little bit too much maybe here and there. I'll leave those for now. I think we covered enough. This has been very wonderful. This has been very, very cozy.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
this world, love the aesthetic of it. Hope I chose correctly, you know.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm a VIP of this world maker.
Oh yeah, dude, I swear to God, I only ever see your name in the cutest worlds. Every single time, over and over again. So if anyone wants to add anything, say anything, now's your chance. Otherwise, we will just do the outro. So I will stand up. Let's see. I can close this for now. What? This muttered fucker. Board is being very rude with you right now. You might have missed it though. It's fine. Have a good day. Of course. Great conversation. Yeah, I think we ended up covering quite a lot. I think they also just went AFK, so their headset might be dying. Just know, Heartwood, if you do end up hearing this, thank you so much for joining me. I highly appreciate and value you giving me some of your time. Okay, you're fine. Would you mind? Well, actually, I was going to ask you if you wanted to like say anything more or advertise anything more or share your community, you know, or share your community with mine, me sharing your community with yours, you know, link up. Wait a minute, hold on, I can give you a shout out. Wait, hold on. Chat, please go give Heartwood a follow. She is wonderful. She's amazing. She has shown her beautiful, beautiful colors today. And she has been very graciously giving some of her time to us. So thank you again. Appreciate it a lot. Listen to this while grilling. Oh, what did you grill? Sounds wonderful. Well, I suppose if they are dead, or you know, they have disconnected, I suppose we can go back to where we were. Heartwood, go check her out. She's wonderful. She's cute. She's a small marshmallow. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'll go back to the other room. Hold on. Yo. Hello. Hi. Am I floating? Thank you, Heartwood. Hi. Thank you for having you. Yeah, this was probably one of the most fun talk shows that I've done in VR in like since forever. Alex, hello. Hi. I will turn this up a little bit since we don't need to listen to anything else, and I can return some of the redeems. Just 1 second. I have quite a lot of them. I keep forgetting. There we go. Marinated pork chops. Oh, that's what you were grilling? Ooh, wonderful listening to this evening, and you did great, Fable. It's Flair right now. Don't worry. It's based on the the character I'm wearing. But thank you for considering it. Sorry for the technical problems. I had a wonderful time. You know, I think despite all the problems that we've had technically, I think we did awesome. I think that went really, really well. A little bit more, I suppose, like polished than like the a little bit more polished than normal. Wait, hold on. I'm going to move you guys back so it gets a better effect. Wait, hold on. Love making these scenes as pretty as possible. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Boom. Sorry about the technical problems. Yeah, don't worry about it, sweetheart. I hope you had a lot of fun. Again, Heartwood is one of our celestial angels. She is also a part of the shooting stars. One of the most closest stars to my heart. Thank you both. Of course. I will be here for, I think, another half an hour. So if you guys want to keep talking, I am here. If you guys have any other questions, or I suppose since Heartwood is in the chat, if you have any questions to her now, feel free to. Unless she's done. If you need some after stream care, I can understand as well. Hi, Otto. Hi. Hello.
I'm geeked.
Oh my god. It's about drive. It's about power. Shut up, bitch. Whee! Hi, Jackie. Hi. Hello. You have my full undivided attention now. Okay, cool. Anything new, and how have you been? Stop blinking at me, you fool. You cannot win this. Okay. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, very warm. I think that's a little bit obvious to say, obvious. It's been very warm for everyone, but I have a really bad time with heat. I can't really handle that much. In terms of heat, at least. It is not my favorite time of the year, despite it almost being my birthday. Which reminds me, the 6th of July, in about a week from now, I'll be 31. I'll be 31. I would say I'm about in between halfway and a third of my way through life. It's a little crazy to think about, huh? Young'un shakes cane. You know, that's never going to change, is it? Like, I'm always going to be younger than you. But the difference between our ages is going to shrink. Eventually, we'll both have to ask the next generation to do shit for us. Is one way to stay cold: make your VR system fully waterproof and submerge, and get in the shower with cold water fully clothed. That seems like it would be a little bit of a complicated setup and not particularly worth it, considering how fragile VR is already. Duco,
Jeez.
thank you for the follow. Hi. You gonna do anything for my birthday? You know what? I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. Probably will do something for stream, like related to the stream. But honestly, for the last 5 years, I've been always worried about like really focusing on like celebrating every part, every step of the way, and maybe the best way to treat myself this year would be just to have a me day. Just to not have to worry about putting myself out there for once. Because it can be very tiring. It can be very, very tiring sometimes. I do also 31, and I also feel that I'm in a gray area. Yeah. I'm still alive. I can still enjoy it as far as I can. As long as I breathe, I can still enjoy it, you know? 31 squats or spanks? Huh? I can do 31 squats, no problem. You are lucky that you noticed that, because I usually never leave that on. Oh my god. Alright, fine, fine. You want fucking beans? Is that what you want? Fine. Let's see. Grr. Here you go. Have some beans. Is this what you wanted? Huh? I put them up. Wait, there's no fizz bones in those too. Fuck, I keep forgetting. God damn it. Beans. Did you just... You just fucking click? Stop. 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 Don't sniff them. What the fuck? Don't blink at me either. Get out of here. Are you guys done? Can I move my beans now? No, you still beans on toast. Oh, okay, you're describing the beans on toast. Got it. I just need to do the stupid thing of creating you like Buzz and Jesse from Toy. Huh?
30 more minutes with beans.
What do you fucking mean? I didn't do anything. Why is Markiplier roasting me? You can send me a reference image. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Okay, let me get back in position. Look at me. There we go. Hi, hello. It's me, Goku. I light its flare. That delay. Wait, which delay? I can send you the reference image, the funny picture right there. I just need a stupid thing of riddling you like Buzz and Jesse from Toy Story 3. Oh, okay, that's probably... Okay, that's the reference you're talking about, okay. Tell me when you send it so I can check it out. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. For Tang, yeah. Oh, got you. Yeah, no worries. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I did end up, you know how, like, my beans weren't moving, right? Like, and my bell isn't moving? It's because when I reopened my project of the Fleen, like this one, turned out that updating one of the assets in the Unity project caused every single fizzbone that I added, like ever, on this model to just... There, it's all gone. It was all gone. I had to redo every single one of the like colliders and settings for each of these strands of hair. Although, like, it is very... Look at this. And no wonder people want to pet me. Look at this. Sent? Okay, yes, sir. Let me check it out. Let's see. But it would be funny in the end of your year vid? End of the year vid? Wait, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. End of the year vid? I had an end of the year vid? Wait, was I gonna do that? Who are you talking to right now? Hi, man. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hello. You are definitely more up to date with some of the meme culture versus me. Like, lately, all I have been doing is liking, like, aesthetically pleasing images online. What end of the year event? I don't know. I'm not too sure what they are talking about. Is it my last year on planet Earth? Is that it, Tay? Are you gonna assassinate me the second I become 31? It's mind-boggling how updates can cause so much damage on... Yeah. Fucking time. It is sometimes tiring. I felt the exact same way. Anytime... Back when I did play League of Legends, right? There was an update with my slow-ass internet, like, almost every other day. And it's annoying because you can't immediately play it, right? It's the same thing, but worse... for Beat Saber. With Beat Saber, any single time the game would update, all of your plugins would stop working. And sometimes there was like a day or like 2 days in between, or you couldn't use your mods, so it felt completely pointless to get on there. Especially if you did play competitively, a lot of the leaderboards and accuracy calculations were done with we're done with mods. Plap, then assassinate, totally. Hey, hold up. What was that first one? Huh? What was that? You say plap? What do you mean by that? Elaborate now. Internet versus updates, yeah. Like, I understand, you know, if there's some major security breach or something, that it's probably very important to keep your devices updated and stuff. But fuck me, it's so fucking frequent, dude. It's something like every other day. Pardon me. To be fair, it would probably help if a lot of us sort of started adopting other forms of taking in information. Because if we all get our information from a single source, then it's very likely that it would... You just reset my brain. Thank you. I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's a cool breeze. Oh my god, fine. Oh, fine. Oh my god. It's finally getting colder. Oh my god, that's nice. Oh, is it? Oh. Huh? Okay. Alright. Excuse me, I was trying to roar. Okay. There you go. When did I become clicker trained? No, it's a... it's a noise that... Stop! A noise that triggers me. It just happens to be the clicker noise. No one has actually clicker trained me. It's not like I'm... Can I help you? Do you want something from... Okay, I'm going to... Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna start ignoring that. Fuck you. You're not getting a reaction out of me anymore. Cute nerding out. I used to put that much time in Dota, but that was like 10 years ago. Yeah. I still play Dota on occasions. Your clicker trained always. Discord notification did that for you. That is wild because I have been on D&D for literal years now. No, wait, I just don't have my Discord notifications on. It's about drive. It's about power. Shut up, bitch. Whee! Yeah, I keep taking pictures. Make sure to get my guts out. Yeah, my sound's off. Me too, yeah. You see, you just beat the system, you know? You just go on D&D. That way you can't be clicker trained. Hi, Sir Fisher. Hi. Is the button all up and I still have 8k more points to use? I think there's a cooldown of like 3 seconds. That's it. If I do a cooldown of 0, that's all you would hear. Alright? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to give this a try? Let's see. How bad is it gonna get? Alright. Channel points 1. Cooldown off. Are you guys ready? Boom. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. Oh my god, there goes my chat. Okay, hi, random cat. Thank you for interrupting the streak. Okay, can I stop? Oh, what? What? What the fuck? Random. Okay. Okay, no more. Stop. 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 I need to go back. I need to go back. No. 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 Stop it. Stop. Teletext wall. Dude, it's like a fucking. It's like a timer going off. I'm going insane. I'm just waiting. I'm just gonna wait until this is over. Are we done? Are we good? No? No? Bark? 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 Are we good now?
Huh?
Huh? We're saved! Yay!
Board gamer sent.
They board gamer.
Inside.
Save me. Call my name and save me from the dark. Wake me up.
God damn it. Thank you, Goofy. I want to actually add a couple of different variations to the clicker now so it stays fresh, you know? I feel like it'd be fun to do with a lot of the redeems. Like maybe the Meow and the Moo redeem also have different variations. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, I mean, why not? I've done it with the cat redeem. Do you guys like the cat redeem? You guys seem to like the cat redeem at least. See, beating up the hertz of my PC lets me play DRG. Oh yeah, go for it. Hi Needs Man, hello, welcome. Welcome. You think you love spice? In what way? Spicy food, spicy people, spicy spice, I don't know. What do you mean? See, I'm new and I was wondering if you're a good channel to follow. I mean, I suppose it depends on what you enjoy. I always try to focus on chat first and foremost. Variety of life. Right, yeah. So I end up trying so many different things too, you know? What about the 1% chance variation? So you can't actually decide percentages of each of the things that you've put in. Every single thing that you've put in just counts as a chance for that to happen. So in other words, if you add 2 things, then each thing becomes a 1 and 2. If you add 3 things, it becomes a 1 and 3. So you can artificially inflate some of the chances by just copying the same thing over and over again, and then just only adding 1 of the thing that is very rare. But then you would have to deal with like adding like 99 other ones just to have a 1 in 100 chance, you know? Which is a little ridiculous in my opinion. It'd be way better and way easier if you could just fuck with the chances yourself, you know? Woofy, hi, hello! You're a pansexual and you're a furry. That is very similar to what I am. Even, I mean, you know, I have experimented in the past before, but I haven't really done anything gay, I suppose. It's always just been very straight relationships. Okay, I say that while I have done extremely gay stuff in VR, but I feel like that's almost different. Like people differentiate that a little bit, you know? How's the Flarinator? Oh, okay. We just had a talk show with me and Heartwood. Went really, really well. With some technical issues, but overall it went pretty well. Yeah. Did you not see who followed earlier when Heartwood was still on the stream? I did not. No. Who followed me? I was mostly focusing on the chat. Well, what happened? The difference between pansexual and bisexual is that bisexual implies that you're attracted to both genders because of those genders, while pansexuality implies that you're attracted to the person regardless of their gender. That's where the difference is, where you're more attracted to the person than what they have between their legs. Like, that's not the main priority. And people wanted to differentiate that because just because you are bisexual doesn't mean that you'll automatically go for whomever, you know? It was a person with a troll username. Oh, hold on. Was it really bad? Oh my god, I want to scroll down, but all I see is who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Like a million fucking times. All my fucking feed is gone. What the fuck? I can't fucking see it anymore, bitch. Okay, I'm not gonna reach for like 7,000 different of those redeems, man. Who cares about trolls? They will come regardless of what you do, alright? And sometimes in both ways. And it's none of my fucking business. But I don't know, you know. I can only convince people so much to think of me what I want them to. Eventually people are gonna make their own conclusions. You are a good boy, Is that so? Really? I don't know. all I know for sure is that I'm trying to be. That's it. Lark, hi Swaggy. Wow. I like what I like. I dislike what I dislike. I mean, I feel like a lot of people that... I don't know. A lot of people that end up in a situation like me end up with stronger personalities. Like sort of exaggerated versions of their initial personality when they like get into streaming. I know, thank you for the follow. I was actually playing the finals earlier. That can be a good thing if they are a good person. Like don't get me wrong. Having a lot of people give them constant feedback on what they're doing can get two effects. Either they stop giving a fuck and just do whatever the fuck that they want, or they become very hyper aware about trying to be as good as possible. And even though that's a very noble thing to do, I think it's ultimately not very healthy for the person. So it ends up being a very difficult balance between the both, trying to be selfless and selfish. You have to put yourself out there and take care of yourself and also take care of the people around you. That's how we can make the best out of every single day. So far, I'm really loving this live stream. Thank you, appreciate it. I had a guest over earlier, but she had to leave, unfortunately. Yeah. I have 1 week left until 31. I have absolutely no plans, and I think it might be healthy for me for once to just take that a little easier. Maybe do something smaller, maybe invite a couple of people over for a movie night or something, and that'll be it. But the whole like week stream and subathon thing that Hart was also talking about earlier, that's exhausting for everyone. And like genuinely just exhausting for everyone. Live life one step at a time? Exactly. I don't know why, but I've been really vibing to this kind of music lately. I like slight upbeat thing, but still like a relaxing atmosphere. It's nice. You know, the things that I value in life are sometimes just the small things. Like for example, this scene specifically here, with the rain and like the fairy lights and stuff, goes really, really hard to me. It is really, really nice. I've been... Funny enough, if you end up like liking some of those like aesthetically pleasing posts on like almost any social media, eventually they'll just keep pushing that through. Because I know beforehand, I had a lot more lewd things being recommended to me. But now it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing things. I'm a 90s kid? Yeah, from 95. Bang in the center. I still remember when it went from 1999 to 2000. I was in some field somewhere, like looking at the fireworks. Man. I have a love-hate relationship with fireworks because people that use fireworks irresponsibly, I don't really care that much for. But fireworks in general, especially if you have a show that is so well done, it could be quite a magical experience. Take it easy, get yourself set. Wait. Get yourself a treat and hang out with some friends. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'll do. Belgium here has a lot of different type of pastries. And although about a quarter of them is not something that I would buy to like eat at the start of your day. Like you have this like weird foam kind of candy as well that they sell. Sort of in like the same kind of, I guess like, what do you call that? The literal drawers of different type of pastries that they have in the store here or in some of the bakeries, they have that. And I think it was more meant as a like finisher for cake at first, and now they were like, hey, this is actually pretty fucking dope, and now they sell it themselves. It's super weird. But the rest, oh, do you guys know what an eclair is? An eclair? So fucking good. Anyone ever had an eclair before? Sweet? Oh yeah. Kind of curious if you guys know what that is. Oh yeah, you have? No? Wait, hold on. I'm going to show you on stream. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. That already makes my mouth water. That looks so good. Hold on. Let's see. Look at this. Look at that. Like this soft, sort of perfectly baked dough, very sweet, with whipped cream and just like, oh god, it's so fucking good. The fucking chocolate too. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good. It's right next to churros with how much I like it. If you have a really, really high quality one, there's nothing better here. It is so good. Stop making me hungry, I love this. No! You will suffer with me. I do ice cream inside and chocolate drizzled on top. Oh. Oh my god, I'm going to nut. I mean, why? Who said, huh? Oh yeah, that reminds me. So a lot of people like randomly approached me recently, and it's like, "Oh my God, Flair! Hi, how are you doing? I saw you recently." I was like, "Huh? You did? Wait, I didn't see you." Apparently, like people watched Jimmy's latest video and saw me in it, and according to Jimmy, I'm apparently his main account. So, yeah, hi, it's me. Buy a Helix mattress. Do it. Buy a fucking Helix mattress. I need one of the Mario plushies that can start humping, you know? Anyway. That was warmed up for me. You know what I should make? I should make some tea later, I think. We were talking about the different types of teas that we had earlier. I have a Morocco mint spices one, which is wonderful. Love that one. So good. They're really good. Yeah. We have some frozen bastard ones offered in Sam's Club. I think... Oh, yeah, I do remember that there's also, like, frozen types. I haven't really had any of those. Why Mario? Wait, Mario? Wait, did I say Mario? I'm kind of going on autopilot right now, I'm sorry. Did I mention Mario? Wait, what happened? What is that? Hold on. Is that Heartwood's fucking donut? Listen, I like Heartwood, but whoa. Goofy Goober. Hold on. Uh-oh. I don't see him. Where's the Goofy Goober at? Oh, I guess he's gone. Womp womp. You are a donut? Okay, but if that's the case, we gotta make sure you're glazed. They're sure not as good as the bakery fresh. I mean, someone say bakery? Sorry, my bad. Misinput. Misinput. You know what? I would love to have a donut emote. I feel like that would be very fun. Also, I'm a cow. Holy guacamole! Wowie zowie! Just like immediately, what? Your back is starting to hurt. Wait, why? Wait, what? What happened? You're different, kinda. What the fuck? What does that? What? Wait. What do you mean by that? You are concerning me. Kitty! Woo! Thank you for the distraction, Markiplier. Wow, fucking tubular! Oh man. Oh, fuck. Oh god, dude, I saw some like really weird video earlier, or like not weird, I guess, but huh? What are we celebrating? Cut to cameras? Oh fuck. Okay. But Dead by Daylight had some reveal or whatever, and it was like an official Dead by Daylight song by who the fuck was it by again? But they made a couple of songs from like the Killers. I forgot their name.
Cute goober with handlebars on head gonna get 2 giant marshmallows on the tips.
Oh. That would be cute. Just like roast them. I think my hair would get in fire. Yeah, I stand kills. And what I wanted to say is like at the end they have like this little lore section, and like the person all the way on the right is Tony Hawk. I have no idea why he's there, but he is a part of that music video, or at least the lore part at the end. And it's really weird. Like, it feels so fucking random. There's probably a good reason why he's there, but like I just don't know it. Tiny Hawk. No. He's a little older now, you know. Probably doesn't do his own. Oh. To be fair, I think the man has made a big name for himself, because I still remember playing the Tony Hawk skater games back then. Shit was fucking rad. Love that. Oh, I think my most played one was Tony Hawk 2, I think? It was a PS1 game, I don't remember. Oh my god, okay, I have to close this. This is making me way too fucking hungry, and it's like on the corner of my eye. Look at this. Oh, I want it so bad. Oh. Tiny Hawk. I'm sure the band was a fan and asked him to be a guest. Be a guest star, maybe. That would be insane. I think when it came to us talking about like, I think what was it, Bort that asked the question, right? But what we think about like the concept of fame, like it'd be really fucking cool to get interactions like that, where like your name is, you know, sped out enough for people like Tony Hawk to be able to notice, because we know a lot about them, but not the other way around, kind of thing, you know. So it definitely always feels like a sort of an endless change or an endless chase to relevancy, I suppose. So sometimes being able to let that go is nice, but if you're approached for the right reason, it's wonderful. If you're approached for something that has nothing to do with you, it is awful. But anything else is nice, of course, like getting praise and whatnot, or attention one way or another. It can be nice, but if you get the attention from the people that you don't want, it's a little less nice, you know? Can't always control what people think of you. And that's what we have to live by, unfortunately. Okay, so I think today went pretty well. I know it's a little on the later side. Typically, I like to do VR streams a little earlier, but I think today went well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the talk show. I may do more of these in the future, although I don't have a professional setup for this. This was all the questions that I specifically wanted to ask Heartwood, because Heartwood is nice and we appreciate her and she's awesome. Which reminds me, again, go check her out if you haven't already. She's worth a follow. And for now, I think I will head in my little space myself. Maybe say hi to some people, you know, maybe hang out with them a little bit. You're making me blush. I should be making you as happy as possible, because you're one of the main reasons why I am still here. I think the world would be a much worse place off without you. Have you been in a Night's Rain mood at all? I'm not opposed to the idea. Just haven't really had anyone to initiate that with me, so yeah, maybe. Yeah, why not? Woke up 6 hours ago with pain in the throat. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you get better soon. Yeah, I hope you get better soon. Yeah, today was entertaining. I think it went well. Alright, so let's go see if I can find someone to raid. See if we can make someone's day slightly better. Let's see, who is online tonight? I don't know why I did that. Grr. Clicker noise. Grr.
Yeah.
Waranto is online. Lexi's online. Noxy, Caden, Victory. Fua. We raid Fua quite often. Let's see. Da, da, da. Is there any preference for you guys? Do you guys want to go anywhere? Or alternatively, Heart, if you want me to send someone a raid, now would be a good opportunity to suggest something. What if we raid Flare? Do you wanna have more of me? Is that it? that means a lot. Thank you. I try. I want to go to your bakery for sweets. Maple dough? Sure. Why not? Giant steps are what you take, walking on the moon. I hope my legs won't break, walking on the moon. We could walk forever, walking on the moon. Alright, everyone, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will initiate the raid now. There we go. Unrecognized commands / raid. Wait, what? Is it not / raid? Am I? No. Wait. Why did it? Okay. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Sorry. Some may say days away. There we go. Okay. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. I know I wasn't able to constantly be paying attention to chat, but it was very fun. It seems like you guys really like the clicker noise. We always want Flare. Yeah? Yeah, is that so? Okay. Duly noted. Duly noted. Just go back. Hi, Wolf. I'm sorry, sweet. We are going to raid out to Maple. I hope she has a wonderful day. I'll be in that chat for a little bit, at least see what's up, you know? And then roam around in VR chat. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And otherwise, have a great weekend. Bye. Wait, hold on. Meow. I'm a cat. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Alright, I love you. Ah! Grr. 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 I can't be angry with this music, it's way too vibey. Bye everyone, I love you, have a great night. Bye!